Who we got in here? Who we got in here? What's going on, guys? What is going on, guys and gals? We just gonna kick it tonight. I don't know what you guys want to talk about, but let me know. What up, Luda? What up, Jason? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We've been going crazy with these live streams. I did not know that I can be on here for 3 hours until last night. I don't ever want to do that again. What up, Ron? What's going on, Ronald? How y'all doing tonight? As you guys enter, go ahead and like the video so that we can get YouTube to promote it for us. You know, anybody that's looking for barber channels, barber content. What's going on, Kwame? Big Q Dog. What's good? Luda and Q on Q photos. I want to fly you guys out here for Christmas. Just say yes. Come on out here. Okay, you took your light in, Ronald. What do you have? What you got, a ring light? What size light do you have? It's like an 18-inch ring light, or what do you got? What do you got? And how effective was it in school versus cutting hair without it in school? I'd like to know. I definitely would like to hear that. Let me get some of this stuff closed up. I got a bunch of applications going and things popped up on my screens. Man, you got me 2 subs today. That's what I'm talking about. You get to come. We're going to put you on the board right here, man. Y'all see my boy Ronald showing love right here? What did Luda say? What are your thoughts on men and women sharing a shop together? What kind of shop is this? Is this men and women both that are barbers? Or is this a half shop, half salon deal? I think it's possible. Is this a mixed shop situation? Or, oh. All right. My bad. I'm over here touching stuff. Question. Did you guys hear anything that I said? Hey, babe. Were you guys able to hear me? Hopefully you were. What up, Mike? What's going on, man? Nah, you not late. You not late. Okay, so let me scroll back up. I said hey to everybody. First of all, look at Ronald getting subscribers. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. You go out and you bring in more folks. If you find something that's good, if you found a great restaurant, you got to tell somebody. You got to say, hey, man, go check out my restaurant that I go to. If you find a good barber, hey, you got to go to my barber. If you find a good YouTube channel, man, check out this YouTube channel because this guy is going to help us grow. So thank you. But let me keep scrolling. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jason. You guys that are here, go ahead and hit the like button because we only have 2 likes so far, and we want to get the algorithm rolling. We want to make sure that YouTube is picking this up so we can do like Ronald did and get us some more subscribers. You know, we can build a community, build a team. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so to get to let's go back to Luda's question. We're just gonna jump in here tonight. We're gonna talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. So if y'all got any questions, any topics. But I do want to start this off by saying we got an interview coming, you guys. A barber that has been in the game for 40 years in the industry. No longer cutting, but doing some other things that are super crucial to the furtherance of the industry. And I really want you guys to hear from this barber. I was able to have a very short conversation today because the referral that came in, I didn't want to hear too much because it's somebody like me. So whenever you have somebody that cares about what they do, you can't stop them from talking. So I'm like, okay, I would love to interview you. And then, the person just keeps talking. And it's like, hey, we got to save some of this. So I had to get off the phone, and as they were talking, I was coming up with questions. So the interview will be Monday the 20th at 9 o'clock p.m. Monday the 20th at 9 o'clock p.m. We will have a barber slash shop owner slash everything that the person is into. I want you guys to hear so we can just kind of see how to shape our careers, because we just don't know where we'll end up once we get on the other side of the chair. Right now we're behind the chair, but eventually there's going to be a time where you get from behind the chair, and I want to hear from somebody that has kind of made that, crossed that threshold, and can give us a sense of direction on where we should go, and just all around very interesting person. So I want you guys to be here Monday the 20th at 9 o'clock p.m. We will be starting crazy interview, and it's gonna be fire. So you guys, let's see, we got 5 likes, and we definitely have more than 5 people in here, so let's get those likes going, guys. Luda asked a question. Let's scroll back up, and okay, there it is. I forgot I had put it on already. So what are your thoughts on men and women sharing a shop together? I asked the question, is this a situation where you got men and women barbers in one shop, or is this a situation where it's a barber shop on one side, salon on the other? It looks like she said half and half, but I feel like it can definitely coexist. I worked at Jason Barber and Educator shop, where he had the salon in the back, he had the barber shop in the front. There weren't many issues that I can remember. The lady in the back was very protective of her customers, I will say that. But as far as conversations went, the guys, we just did our own thing. They did their own thing. So I definitely know that it can work. So hopefully that answers your question. It can definitely work, but I think it may be a little bit different if you're talking about like there's no dividing wall or something like that. Let's see. Let's scroll back up. Okay, so Ronald, you said you have the LED light panel at your barber school. So that's the long strip, I'm assuming. I have 2. So my lighting is almost overkill. I want to switch out my lighting up top at my shop, but the lighting, I'm saying, let me just get some flexing going. But the lighting behind me, I got 2 LED strips, not in here, but at my shop. 2 LED strips on the wall that align both sides of my mirror, and then I have 2 ring lights. So as I'm turning, no matter where I'm standing from each angle, I have very, very good lighting. There's times where I'll cut off the overhead light because it's a warm color. So if you look behind me, this light right here is called cool. It's a cold color. It's very bright, right? And for me, I prefer that kind of light over, or even like daylight over a warm like tungsten type light. So the light overhead at the salon that I'm in, it's that warm yellowish orange, type light. So there's times like if I'm doing an edge up or something, and I don't know if Jason, if you can remember this, I'd be in his shop before I convinced him. See, Jason, he don't never give me no credit for the upgrades that he got in his shop, but I would be bringing these ideas, and then he'd do it, and then the shop always got better. But I used to would be in his shop like edging somebody up, and I would have to like cover their edge up because the light up top, the type of light that it was, would cast a shadow. So I felt like I could see the edge up a little better if I covered it and then edged up under there. And eventually there was a customer. He worked at an electrician company. He came in. I was like, bro, how much to change my lights? The next thing we knew, we got all the lights changed, and I feel like everybody just got better, So the better the lighting, the better your haircuts can definitely be. I said all that to say I don't know what I was saying, but congratulations taking your light in. Like, the light is going to make a difference. Oh, what I was saying is this. So I would cover people's edge up, like cover their head, cast a shadow, and I edge up under. So now that I'm in a salon suite by myself, and I don't like that light up top, there's times when I'm doing an edge up, I'll just shut the light off, and I have all 4 lights behind me, and people like it. They're like, oh man, I ain't never had this. You know, they feel like they about to get something surgical going on or something. So, or even like the onlookers walking by that pass by the window of my suite, they were like, what's going on in there? He getting a haircut in the dark? Okay, so Luda says this. Barbershops are like a sanctuary to men. Guys go to let off steam, right? So, I think guys go for good haircuts. So it depends on the guy. So you got guys who have friends and guys who have a lot of people they can talk to, and they don't want to talk to their barbers. They don't want to talk to the barbers in the shop. They just want to come get a good haircut. You got people who don't want to talk to anybody. They just came for a fast haircut. Then you got the guys who come in and they could care less how the haircut looks. They want to come talk to some people. Then you got the guys who loves how their haircut looks. They want it to look great, but they also want to have a great conversation with their barber, but not everybody. Or you see how like there's a lot of different people. So you got those guys who they might just come into the shop. They don't get their haircut at all. They just come up there to talk trash. Or, you know what I'm saying? At Jason's shop, we had that guy. His name was Dragon. And he just came in. As soon as he walked through the door, he's loud. He has this whole mantra that he says. Like, he has a what do you call those? A monologue. He walks into the room. It's the dragon. It's the this, that. Silent as a this, as fast as that, and strong as a this and that. He gonna say his whole thing when he enters the room. You gonna know he's in the building. You ain't gonna never see him in a chair, and the only time you see him leave is when the owner has had enough and he has to kick him out the shop. If people are like, bro, you never even get a haircut, or he's gonna say something crazy to one of the customers or to somebody in the back in the salon, you know. Now you got to kick him out, you know. So it's a different thing for different people, and you learn that as you deal with different people. You see their personalities. You may be a person who love to talk, but your customer may not be that type of person. So you don't want to force that on them, you know. So that's a good question though. So it can be a sanctuary. It could be a place to blow off steam, or it could be a place to come play, have fun, talk trash, hear news, hear current events, hear opinions on religion, hear opinions on everything that they told us we're not supposed to talk about in barber school. So the barbershop can be multiple things for multiple people, but you are right. There are people that treat it as a sanctuary for men. So that was pretty long-winded, but I hope that helped. So Ronald says, when you say brighten the spot, do you mean lighten that spot? Yes. So when we're talking about lights, we're talking about brights, we're talking about lighting up. I guess I don't even know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the lighting still, Ronald, or are you talking about in fading? Like, what are we talking about here? And then you say yes with the gooseneck. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I'm on to your next question. I don't know what you're talking about in the last part, but in this one right here, yes, the LED panel with the gooseneck. I know what that is. Jason says never. I don't know what he's referring to. Probably when I said he don't give him my credit. So here we go. Kwame says, as a person who has never cut their own hair, what are some tips on the process and lineup? So for a person that has never cut your own hair, the first thing you're gonna need, to me, because I've seen like my guy Jason that's in here, I've seen him edge up himself all from looking from a front view. I've never even tried that. When I started off cutting hair, I started off on myself, and I knew I needed multiple mirrors to make this thing work. So what I started off on was the medicine, the three click mirrors in the bathroom, the medicine cabinet mirror. And so I'd push these two in, leave the one in the middle, and I'd angle them so that I can look, and I can look here, and I can see my head over here. So let's just say you don't have that in a bathroom. Well, then you have your main mirror, and you have another mirror. I would look into the small mirror to see what was going on in the big mirror, and I'd cut my hair like that. There was times where I had no mirror. I'd grab my sister's compact makeup mirror. There are times when I was cutting my hair, using a CD, like CDs, DVDs, and you know how when you look at it from the back, you really can't see. You can kind of see your reflection, but you really can't see that much. But if you look down into like right around the hole, like you have the little hole right there, and you could basically put the disc on your finger. So right around that hole was like this thin, like mirror like material that was like no thicker than 3 millimeters or something like that. And I'm looking in there, cutting my hair with the freaking CD up this close to my face, looking in the mirror. Like, it was crazy. So I can only imagine now how bad those haircuts probably look. But that's my number one recommendation. Get you a couple mirrors, and then everything else is simply what you see me do in the videos. Just practicing it on yourself, and you'll see over time it comes out much better. So Ronald says, I think LED lights are the brightest. It depends. It depends on what kind of light substance, because when you start looking at lights, you look at the lights are measured in Kelvin. So it just depends on what kind of material that you get, what kind of light substance, whether it's like a halogen or whatever. Now we're talking about a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't want to get into, that I actually I didn't have to learn it for just my setup, but I went ahead and learned a lot of it. That was a follow-up to my question. Okay. That was part of my last question. I got you. Oh, and look, I was just talking about that guy Dragon. Jason says he came in 2 days ago. Come in, don't get no haircut, just straight up, you know what I'm saying? Straight up just talking trash. Wavy Cuts, what's going on, my guy? What's up? Los, my guy Los, what's going on? You guys that just joined us, if you haven't liked the stream yet, go ahead and send a like. If there's somebody you can think of that can use this content, go ahead and share like my guy Ronald did. He brought us 2 subscribers today. So if you're in barber school or anything, you know anybody trying to learn and you feel like, hey, this guy can help them grow or help you grow, send them my way, because I definitely want to help as much as possible. Lo says, oops, wrong person. Lo says, are you going to Bazio's class in Fort Worth this Sunday? I have 0 plans on being in Fort Worth this Sunday. I actually was not paying any attention to what was going on this Sunday, especially with, like, it's just so much. I do church and stuff on Sundays, and a lot of time I got to cut my son's hair or do stuff for YouTube. I have to do important things like play Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. I might go out there. I haven't talked to Bazio in a little bit, so I got to hit my boy up, see what he got going on. But good question, Los. Oh, and fading. So, if you're fading, Ronald, you have a fade. Hey, baby girl. If you have a fade, and I want to let you guys know, we will not be on for 3 hours tonight. We will not be on for 2 hours tonight. Maximum, we can go an hour from now. So maybe, yeah. So max, maybe an hour and a half. But so when I'm critiquing your videos, or your pictures, and I say something like brighten that spot up or lighten that spot up, I just mean like go ahead and lighten that area up. So I say, hey, you got a dark spot right there. You want to brighten that up a little bit. That I mean, to me, the only thing I could mean is to fade it out a little more. So that's what I'm referring to. So hopefully that helps. Cruz, what's going on, brother? What's up, man? Welcome back. All right, so let's see. What's a good ring light and size that you recommend in the shop? I have a rinky-dink light, 10. So you got a 10-inch light. I recommend the 18-inch light from Neewer. That's what I've always used. Their products are really good products. I believe the light behind me that's a GVM light. But my light over here in this corner, that's a Neewer light. The ring lights that I have in the shop, those are Neewer, so they're Neewer. I usually get mine off Amazon. You can go on eBay. Sometimes you can get really good deals. Uh, just last night, I don't know if you were in here, Wavy Cuts. Um, what's his name? Jay Blends was in here, and he said Walmart had 18-inch ring lights for like $50. So start with Walmart, see what you can find. Um, there's some that are bicolored, so it'll have a warm and a cool temperature. I really don't ever cut with a warm temperature light, but it might look good for photos. So I don't know exactly what you're going to be doing. You know, you might cut with the light in its brightest mode in a cool temp, but then you might want to go for an artistic look and warm up the temperature of the light. And when I kind of like when I say cool and warm, let me see. So right now I got it at like 5300 Kelvin. So this is pretty cool. But if I go warmer, you see the light color, the light source is getting more like a yellowish orange color. That is a warm temperature. So for me, I never cut with a warm temp. I really like, if I was able to show you all my lights around here, you'd see that all of them are pretty much this color. But this is a good light right here. But I don't advise it for cutting hair. This is like when I'm watching YouTube stuff, I'm usually looking at photographers, videographers. So a lot of stuff that they're using, like this one can do a bunch of stuff. Like you can change the colors and all that stuff. Change the hue. So, but it's very expensive. It's probably like a $300 light. But I always keep it on white. So yeah, hopefully that helps, Wavy Cuts. Okay, Los, you said it's at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, what is it? Is it a hands-on? Is it look and learn? What Bazio got going on out there? Um, Luda says set your timer. Then we're gonna go ahead and set this timer. That is some really good advice, sister. Let me see. I want to set this timer, and then we'll get right back to everything that we were just talking about. Let's see my source. Wish that I can show you. Okay, let me see. Let's get a timer for 1 hour. We're gonna do a countdown for 1 hour. Zeros. One. We're gonna add this, and we're gonna put it up here. No, we'll put it over here in this corner, and we will publish. Can you guys see that timer? I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Someone let me know if you can see that. Oh, you know what? I can see it. Never mind. I can see exactly what we got going on. Okay, so let's get back to some of these comments and questions. Trey J, my guy, what's going on? Anthony, what's going on, bro? What is going on? Who else we got in here? JL, Jeezy. Okay, the whole crew coming out. Ivy Mac, what's going on, bro? Yeah, let's get this question from up here. And tonight we just freestyling. Whatever y'all want to do, whatever y'all want to talk about. If y'all want to go into some cut critics, if y'all want to just, whatever it may be, whatever you want to know about the industry, we got my guy Jason, Barber and Educator in here, who also has a YouTube channel. He also has an academy where if you guys are local or for Texas, I know the state board exam is, the license is transferable to pretty much anywhere, but he can help you get your license for Texas if you want. He does hands-on training, and I believe he still has a 100% pass rate when it comes to getting guys trained up for the exam to get your license in the state of Texas. So you want to utilize your resources as people are jumping on here. If I know what they do, I'm going to point them out to you just in case I can help you in some kind of way. So let's see. Let's go back up. What Ant talking about? And I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way so when I actually click on this, I can see what y'all saying. Let me move this. All right, so Anthony says, "Wow, Chris, I feel you though. I cut my own hair, half for years. The struggle in the beginning was real." Yes, bro, that was a struggle. Whatever you had to do to cut it, like, man, we was trying to get it. Yeah, now they have, bro. I feel like I invented the self-cut system. I'm like, bro, that is the same medicine cabinet. I would go across the street to my aunt's house and cut my hair in her medicine cabinet. Now they came out with a small version of it and sell it for $100. I said, wow. I'm like, wow. One ring light just doesn't cut it, man. I need lights on both sides of me, like, because you change your angles. You don't. There's times where you might step over here. There might be a shadow. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I gotta have multiple lights. Lo says it's a business class, a business and finance class. Okay. Oh, and Jason said the same thing. Man, well, it sounds like you're gonna be there, Lo. So I know you're gonna be there because I know you. Okay, I got you, Jason. I got you. Jason says Bazio's class is business and finance. If I don't get at least two, hold on, let's pull this up. If I don't get at least 2 cuts critique, I'm gonna be crushed. So that's how. All right, man. So Wavy Cuts wants to get to the cut critics. Black Stella's in the building. My dog. As y'all come in, if you guys haven't liked the video yet, please go ahead and do that. Send a text out to somebody and say, "Hey, man, we live right now." No problem, Jason, man. No problem at all, bro. That's Jason Barber and Educator right there, you guys. Trey J says, minute. Freestyle. Spit a verse, bro. Y'all want me to freestyle and spit a verse? Y'all want me to go and kill it and get a hearse? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, man. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, don't be trying me, Los, man. I'm ready for everything. What steps, here we go, pull this up. So what steps do you recommend doing before switching to another barbershop? Great question, Mrs. Carter. I would say before switching to another barbershop, first of all, I need a follow-up question real quick. Shay, what's good? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call you Kylie. What's going on, Shay? Before we do that, Key, what's going on? What's going on? And Cruz is in here. Okay. So before I can answer this question, I have to know some things like, Deanna Carter, why are you switching shops? What is the purpose of switching shops? And the reason I asked the question is I have a, people just hit me up on Instagram and all these different things and they're asking questions. And, my knowledge about the full spectrum of what's going on is very limited. And so to give an opinion on something that I don't have a clear spectrum of, it's kind of not helpful to you. So this guy reaches out to me and he says, "Hey, I want to leave my shop and go to a suite because the owner is taking too much. We're paying commission and I'm paying too much. I'm also a firefighter and the money that I am getting when I am there, I feel like he's going up. Even he just feels like too much money is leaving his pockets." So I told him this. How situated in that shop are you? What is your clientele like? How is your advertising? Do you advertise, or is your flow, the people that you cut, are these walk-ins? Are these the shop's clients, or are these your clients? And he said they are mainly the shop's clients. I don't really do any advertising. I have a few people that come regularly. And so what I had to let him know then is that if you go to a shop, to a suite situation, and let's just say like me, I pay $260 a week in my suite. So you go to a suite where you're paying $260 a week when you were just giving your old shop owner $200 a week, and now you have no flow. You don't have any walk-ins coming in. Well, did you just help yourself or did you hurt yourself? Or no, I said that backwards. Let me reverse that. The shop owner may have been charging you $260 a week, and then you go into a suite you're paying $200 a week, but now you don't have the flow that you had the people coming and sitting into your chair, did you just help yourself or did you hurt your business? Because you're not established enough to go into a sweet situation, no pun intended. You're not established enough to go into a sweet situation that's going to be beneficial to you. Yeah, you're paying less money every week, but now you're making less money. So therefore, you just hurt yourself. So I want to know just a little bit more about what you got going on. I want to know why you're switching. And I'll look down. Hopefully you gave me an answer. Let's look real quick. Okay, so everyone at my current barbershop has walked out or is in the process, so I'm not exactly sure if the owner is going to keep it open. I work at and then let's get the second part. I work at a corporate barbershop, but I want to switch over to a commission or booth rent barbershop. So when you say a corporate barbershop, is this something like a Great Clips, Supercuts type, one of those type places? And then also, I'm not gonna leave where I work because other people left. I will start with that. Everybody can leave, but if it's beneficial to me, if I'm not having issues, then I'm gonna stick around. Now, for you personally, you thinking that it's very possible that the place could shut down. So then I'd be scouting. If I'm feeling that, if I'm not secure in the businesses. Okay, so you're at a sports clip. So if I'm not secure in a business's ability to stay open, then it is wise to go out and start building relationships. The first thing you want to do is, if you have a clientele that's used to coming to that area, typically you don't want to leave that area. You want to stay within, let's just say, a 5 to 10 mile radius. Where did I get those numbers at? I don't know. I just feel like that's a close proximity. You want to stay fairly close to that area because typically these people are going to live in this area, and I want to make it convenient for my customers. Now, as far as a Supercuts Sports Clips type place where they're not calling your phone for appointments, they're not calling in to talk to you to set up appointments, then that's a different story because they're typically calling in and a receptionist is going to answer and they'll put in the appointments that way, or these people go online and just set an appointment. They can say, hey, I want Deanna, or they can say, I'll just walk in and whoever gets me, gets me. But for you, and you're looking to get into more of the barbershop scene, I would just go and start hitting up some barbershop owners, like talking to them. Do you have any availability? I'm really looking to transfer over. This is my skill set. This is where I'm at now. Not only am I looking for a place that's going to take me in, but I'm looking to be trained because I don't want to just be thrown into a shop and I'm the lady in the corner. Nobody wants to help at all. You know, even the guys in there, they don't help each other. You know, how friendly is this place? Is this a place that I would take my kid? Is this a place that if my son had a wife, that I would feel comfortable with my daughter-in-law bringing in, you know, whatever, a lady coming in to get a haircut, you know, all of those things for me play a part. And that's one of the reasons I knew, like, it was inevitable that I end up in a suite because I like for my atmosphere to be more controlled, a little bit more professional. I'm all down for the jokes, the gimmicks and playing. But I went to one of my friends' barbershop not too long ago, and I was so thankful that he was in the front chair. It's like 17 to 18 chairs in there. And this was a Saturday. I had just got off at like 3 o'clock. So I went to go swing by and holler at him. And when I say the music was blaring, like it was so loud. And the barbers were drinking. And you had some barbers that didn't have anybody in their chair. But like I seen this one guy, he had like his shirt was all up. He had the drink in his hand. He just drinking. And I'm like, what is going on in this place? And my boy's like, bro, this is a tame version of what you would have saw if you came in here an hour ago. And then I was like, bro, look at dude with his shirt up. What's going on? He said, that's the owner. I'm like, oh, no, you got open beer containers on the, you know what I'm saying? It was one dude, one kid, he had to be 19 years old, so drunk, like falling down, stumbling drunk. And come to find out, like that same kid, he's always in there. I don't know if he just kicks it with them because he was in the far back. Like he wasn't cutting hair. But it was just the worst situation I've ever seen. and it was like out of a movie. Like you wouldn't believe like everything that was going in there. And I seen one guy. First thing I'm gonna do now. I'm looking at the customers in the waiting area. So I'm looking at women with young children, and I'm looking at these guys back here having a freaking party during work. And one guy gets up. He's next. Is a black guy gets up, and I'll just say this is a mainly Hispanic barbershop, and typically in those situations where you got a big barbershop like that, most of those people in there aren't even licensed anyway, but that's another conversation. But it also is a part of why they don't understand the professionalism. They don't understand how dangerous this is for me to be using these razors and all these different things while being drunk. We got to think about the safety of the public. So this guy gets up to go and get his haircut. It's his turn. He got a whole bottle in his hand. He about to come join the party. So I'm looking at that kind of stuff as you go around and you talk to different shop owners. You Google, look at the ratings for these different shops, and you see a high rated shop, then that's the person I want to go talk to. I would find my list on Google and start there and say, you know what, these top 3 to 5 shops, I just want to go and talk to the owner, and I want to see where the owner mind is at. I want to check out the atmosphere of the barbershop. I want to see the ambiance. I want to look at the lighting. What are the prices? Do the price range that I desire to charge, is that what they're charging, or is that less? And this goes for all you guys when trying to pick a shop, not just for Deanna. You want to go and look at all of these different things, because some people feel like my haircuts are worth $50, and then I go and start at a new shop that has set prices for the barbers, and the max that you can make is $30. Now you mad every time you do a haircut, and now you're already looking for a new place to work. So there's a bunch of different things that you want to check. I had a checklist. Like from barber school, I knew I had a checklist of things that I wanted and that I was looking for in a barbershop. My guy Freddie Villarreal right here. When can you consider yourself a successful barber? So I'm going to answer this question, and then we're going to get to a few more. And Freddie, I promise you, I got you, bro. I'm thankful that you even here. Freddie Villarreal is like the head barber, the OG barber at Jason Barber and Educator Shop, Show and Tell Cuts in Rowlett, Texas. One of the most fire barbers that y'all going to never know. And that's the fact of the matter about this industry. Everybody that's good, everybody that's booked, everybody that's making the money that they desire, living the lifestyle that they desire, they're not on social media posting haircuts. And so do not think that you have to do that in order to be a successful barber. You could be a successful barber. I was a 6-figure barber before I had YouTube doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can make a lot of money and nobody know you outside of your community. And so what you really want to do is impact the community to become a book barber. And then you'll see that they'll start to spread the word and people will drive from further out to come see you. And then once you hop on social media, you can have those people, hey, follow me, do this, do that. And you can have a platform and grow from there. But don't think that you have to have the platform to gain the the clientele. The clientele will help you build the platform, or it will give you the skill as you're practicing on these clients, the skill to eventually make it to where people are seeing your work and want to know where you're at and all these different things. But anyway, let's get back up. So Deanna, I hope that helps you guys. Like, I had a checklist in barber school. I was like, I want to be in a shop where the owner loves to teach and that they're going to share everything about what they got going on with me. I had my next on my list. I was like, I want a contract, because fresh out of barber school, I went to even when I was in barber school, I worked for this guy because he let me come into the shop before I was done, but he didn't do contracts, and I learned quickly that every time I did better, he was raising me up on that price. So by the time I got out of that situation, I was like, I want someone that's willing to teach me, whether that's ownership or how to be a better barber. And I wanted contracts because I want them to be not only me confined to what I need to be doing, and I know the structure of what's expected of me, but I can see what's expected of them so we can hold each other accountable. I wanted an environment that I felt safe, like I can invite my family in, I can invite my customers in. What I will say about that shop that I was talking about, the 17, 18 barbers, no way I would bring not one of my customers could come into a shop like that. And I told my friend, I was like, bro, you got to get out of that situation, because I didn't even feel comfortable in there. And after I left, he called me an hour later and was like, hey, remember I told you that was the owner that was drunk? Yeah, he crashed his truck into one of the barber's Mustang as he was pulling out to leave. I'm like, what? Like, anyway, enough with that shop. But yeah, so just have like a little list, Deanna, of what you're looking for, what your expectations are, and I think that will help you a lot. Let's scroll back up a little bit and see what we missed as far as your guys' comments, and as well as if anybody wants to split screen with me, come in and live and ask their question, or just say what's up to everybody, whatever it is. I can send you a code out, and then you can come live with me. Yeah, so just let me know. So what's good, Shay? Let's see what Trey's talking about. I've been cutting since 12 years old. I'm now 34. And truth is, you can never know it all. Bro, the minute you know it all, now I don't want to say that, because some people are like, man, once you stop learning, you're going to die. That's not a true statement. If you, like, I feel like where I'm at now, skill-wise, or like we had S-Craft Blends on here the other night, he can stop right now, and he's at a level that many of us would never reach. Who's going to tell him he's going to fall off by staying there? So that's just not true. But I think it's something about a person that continues this learning, continue education, desiring to get better. Like, to me, it's like, you see like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, these guys, they left the game when they're like, I'm not trying to get any better. Like, this is it. But all the way up until that point, I'm in first in, last out in the gym. You guys can have that same mindset about the shop. First in, last out. I know when I listened to Jason Barber Educator, he said, man, he said, if you work the hours on the door, I can guarantee you more success. At the time when I first got to his shop, I was working part-time at Nike, and I was working part-time at his shop. And it seemed like I had to leave at the crucial hours, like in the evenings, because I had to close at Nike. So it was like 5 o'clock. I'm heading out the shop. All right, then, y'all. And you can't complain about not making as much money when you're leaving. So let's take that down real quick. Have you ever had pull this up right here. Have you ever had a client upset with you after a cut? I'm pretty detail oriented. So when it comes to my consultations, I usually get it right. So I can't really think off the top of my head. I'll take it back to barber school though. Because I will never forget this. So I had a guy. He would come to me all the time. We were kicking it. I cut his hair, chop it up. We kicking it all the time in barber school. He's just a customer. And so one time we were having one of them great conversations. I hooked him up. I wasn't attention to detail guy like I should have been then. So I'm cutting his hair in sections. So I done hit this side. I knocked everything down. I hit this side of the taper. And gave him a clean edge up. It's all good. Hit his face. Everything is good. And he leaves up out of the shop. And I never did the back of his head. But we talking and having a good time and kicking it. I can only imagine how long it took, because I'm talking and I'm already a slow barber at the time. So he was probably in there for an hour 15, something like that, hour and a half, who knows. But I never, and so he hit me, he called me back, and he called me my name and everything. And I'm like, bro, is you serious? I think he texted me first. I'm like, bro, stop playing. Like, what are you talking about? He was like, you effed up, bro. And I'm like, what? Like, you effed up. You know what you did? And then he was like, and you walked out behind me too. So apparently I didn't finish the back of his head, and I walked out behind him because we talking. I'm walking him out the door. We just kicking it. I'm not looking in the back of his head. So I didn't even see it. That dude, he ain't never came back. He was mad. So yeah, that's my story. But I can't really think of a story like that for me in a regular barbershops that's mad at a haircut. I had some people wanting to fight me at the shop, but it wasn't on some like a bad haircut type thing. Key says, hey man, can you check out my cuts? Yes. Before we get out of here, we'll probably spend the last 20 minutes doing cut critics, and I'll probably get to like 2 or 3 different individuals, and we'll go ahead and critique some of those haircuts to help you guys develop your eye. Los says, yes, sir, bro. I'll be there. I already know you're going to be there, bro. I know you. I know you're going to be there. Crying the card. Right. Let's see. Dead Stock got bars. Hey, that's what I'm saying, man. Wavy. Will you tell these folks? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's off the top. Before switching shops, cry in the car. No. Don't cry in the car. Don't cry in the car, please. Okay, so let's scroll down. Let's see. Trey says, them low pro FX has been teasing lately. Seems like, let me look down here. Seems like every barber got them but me and not even released yet. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe not attending barber expos. If you want these things, these clippers pre-released, then you have to go to expos or you have to be an influencer and have a following and they'll send them to you for free. But yeah, other than that, you got to go to the shows and you get an opportunity to buy them. Even then, they're limited supply. So just because you went to the show doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get you a pair, but that's your best opportunity to get a pair. For me, the low pro FXs, I look at the blade that they use. It looks like the same blades, same technology. So all I'm seeing is a new body, maybe a different weight on them, you know, a different grip. But these companies, if you're still giving me the same blade technology, and it's gonna cut the same. You just gave me a new body, and I don't want to spend another 130, 200 bucks on some trimmers that does what the last trimmers did. So that's why a part of my 30K giveaway bundle, I'm giving away the FX3s. So I'm going to do, I'll show you guys once again because I know some of you guys may have missed it. We got 18 likes. We got 24 people watching currently. So those numbers do not add up. If you guys are here for the first time, welcome. I'm Christopher Manyweather. This is Dead Stock Barber Shop. I help barbers build their skills and take it to the next level. If that's something that's interesting to you, make sure that you like the videos. Go back and watch some of that stuff and subscribe for more content like this. Some of the stuff that I'm giving away since you guys weren't here, this is one of the items that's going to be in the giveaway. So this bag is so fire. I'll just go through and show you right now. We got the Miami color, you know what I'm saying? We got bag, this zipper right here. Zippers right here. You got the handles. The handle's inside, but you can have a over the shoulder strap. Very snug zippers. Very snug zippers. I'm giving away 2 of these. I'm giving away some capes, some adult capes. It's gonna be 2 winners. So the first winner will get, second place will get a bag, one of these bags, a barber and a barber cape. The first place winner will get a bag, will get a adult's cape from Illusion, a kid's cape from Illusion, maybe even a pair of shoes, because I got a whole bunch of shoes over here. I was telling the guys about that before. I got a whole bunch of brand new shoes, and I'm probably gonna give away, and I'm gonna give away those FX3s. But take a look at this bag. So this bag is a mobile barber station. You guys see that? So inside here, you got some spots to go ahead and set your clippers, guards, whatever you want. You can set some stuff up here. It's also customizable because you can pull these out and move them over. You know, you can move these little pieces around. Let me close this down. You also have space for, you know, combs, guards, brushes, combs, brushes, your scissors, whatever you want. You got another zipper right there. And yeah, man, it's got everything that you need for a traveling barber, or if you're going to, let's just say you're Los and you go to the next Barber Expo and you want to compete in the CT Barber Expo next year, then you're gonna have to move your guards around. As well, I do want to point out that this is a foam that's safe for your blades, so you don't have to worry about chipping it. But I also recommend that whatever trimmers that you buy, the little guard that comes on top, keep that just in case you have to travel and go around, or put a guard on your clipper as you travel around, or get you a pack of baby socks, infant socks, and put it in there or something like that. But if you wanted to travel and go on an airplane, so like when I travel and do these do the expos, I have a bag that's similar to this. It doesn't have the whole pop out thing, but it's from Babyliss, and I take that with me across the country. You know what I'm saying? So, this is, I like how snug the zipper is, honestly. And matter of fact, since I got you guys here, just so, no, you know what, we'll save some of this stuff for tomorrow. But look, I got a bag full of cakes. So one of these days I'll open some of the ones that are my personal ones that I bought. I'll open those up and show you. There are a bunch of NBA ones. This is for I'll show you guys this one. This is for my guy Freddie Villarreal. By me saying this is for him, he already know what this is. He is a huge Dallas Mavericks fan. So I'll just bust this one open real quick. And if you guys do want to order from Illusion, I definitely have I have a promo code for them. So just let me know if you ever want anything. I ain't gonna lie, this joint is fire. So yeah. So I bought a bunch of capes. I bought a bunch of kids ones and some to give away as a part of that giveaway. But let's get back to these questions. So Shay says, I work at a commission-based barbershop. It's 50-50 split. It's no appointments, all walk-ins. The walk-ins aren't super crazy. I don't know what to do to myself. So don't focus on the fact that it's 50-50 commission. I want you to focus on the fact that, am I in a place where I can grow? And what am I getting? What's some of this, what is the knowledge that I'm picking up? Because like for me, I left barber school and went to Supercuts, where I was making $8.50 an hour, $8.13 an hour, something like that. But it was a learning experience for me. So I was able to leave there with a skill that actually helped me be ahead of the curve when it came to where the industry shifted to. So now when you guys are looking at haircut tutorials and all these different things, you have so many people doing fades and scissor work and teaching you how. But at the time, that wasn't a thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the hit and I'm going to go to Supercuts and I'm going to learn the scissor work so that I can do everybody's hair. And so that put me ahead of the curve, because at the time, a lot of people, they were just kind of winging it on their scissor cut. And you still like, even when I got to Jason's shop, I remember in particular a customer, he would come in and get a fade, then he left and he would go to a salon and go and get scissor work. So there's something that sacrifice that you're making, if it has to be worth it to you, as well as can you pay your bills on that. So if I bring you into my shop and it's 60-40 commission and I'm starting you off at $600 a week, I got you at $54,000 a year, are you going to complain? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot because you're going to get training from me. You know what I'm saying? Consistent training from me. You're going to get help. You're going to get, certain benefits. So you got to look at the overall picture. What am I gaining at this time? Or am I not getting anything and it's a slow shop and he's taking half of the money? I need to go. So you got to look at your situation and kind of and see how it's going to work for you. But I'm glad you brought that up, though. Thank you, Eric. Let's see. We got 25 likes, guys, and we got 27 people. How is that? Somebody's slacking. And it's not me. It might be me. I didn't like anything. So if you can check out 2 videos I sent the other day, they're not the best. What do you mean they're not the best? Why do you want me to check it out if it's not the best? I want to see the best you can do. Let me see. We'll get to it. We got 28 minutes left. Okay, so very unprofessional, correct. So Freddie Villarreal says this: when can you consider yourself a successful barber? So the thing that I want to point out is that success is subjective, because what's successful to me may not be successful to you. I could have come from a household where my mom made $300 a week, and my dad made $450 a week, and now I'm in a position to make $600 a week. I'm successful. I've made it, and I'm a barber. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I want. So I think it's very subjective. So I think whatever your goal is, when you have reached that goal for you, when you say, man, you know what? I want to make $1,000 a week, and you're getting $1,000 a week consistently, or when it's the lifestyle that when your money and your job bring you the lifestyle that you want to live. So I know just from knowing Freddie he's going to the Mavericks games. There's times where Freddie might have gotten to work at 10 o'clock and he's leaving at 5 because the Mavs is playing today. Now, anybody from the outside looking in could be like, bro, he came late and left early. Like, what are you doing, bro? You could be more successful than that. But for Freddie, if I can live the lifestyle that I want to live, I can go see the Mavs. I can go see the Cowboys. I can afford what I want. I can go and buy me a new car. I can go uptown and kick it and be in the nightclub or wherever I'm at. Whatever I want to do, I can do these things. I think that's the definition of success. So for me, I wanted to buy a house. That may not be everybody's goal. For me, I want to have my vehicles paid off. That may not be everybody's goal. But to me, those are things that I can knock off on my chart for success for me. You know, I got a family. This Friday coming next week will be 16 years that I've been married. That's a check, you know what I'm saying, as for success for me. But when it comes to barbering, I think it's like I said, it's subjective. It's whatever your goal is. And I think it's nothing wrong with setting goals that are unrealistic. But in the meantime, let's focus on some realistic goals that we can hit along the way. So if I would have gotten to the shop and said I wanted to make $2,000 a week, that's a unrealistic goal in the beginning to reach immediately. But it is very realistic long term. So it could be in that it just determines what determines that is how hard you want to work, how often you want to work, how do you want to advertise, how, so many different things. So I'll never forget when I first got into Jason's shop, he asked me the question. He said, how much money do you want to make? And mind you, I'm coming from UPS making high 200, and I was a supervisor on the night sort, part-time suit. So I'm leaving UPS. I'm in this situation, and he asked me how much you want to make. So he tells me this: $400 to $1,000. He said the average barber in the Dallas area makes anywhere from $400 to $1,000 a week. And he said, depending on your effort that you put in, is where you fall along these lines. So I'm thinking like, man, my last check at UPS was probably like $280, and on a good week it was like $320. I'll take that $400. That's successful to me. And the thing is, I came into the shop at a time where the shop was slow. So now if you talk to Jason, he'll tell you, well, I guarantee everybody when they come into the door $400 a week. I did not get that guarantee. But what I will say is I came at a slow time, plus I was leaving to go to my part-time job. And then I took his advice and I stopped working that part-time job and I went into the shop full-time, even with the shop still being slow. And there was quite a few people that probably thought I was going to quit because the shop was that slow. So I had my records. And that's one thing that when I said you want to have a shop owner that's going to teach you, Jason showed me about record keeping. So you watched the financial video and you're like, oh man, Manyweather can teach you how to keep records of your finances. Well, that all started before I turned it into a spreadsheet. It started with a few pages of paper that Jason gave me and a binder. Like we were in school, 3-ring binder. It started there, and then it became something else. I wanted to go virtual because now I'm tired of keeping up with so much paper. But that comes from being in a shop where the owner is willing to teach you and make you grow and make you a better business person as well. But success is, and now I just went Kanye West mode and I forgot what I was saying, but success is subjective. Short-term goals and long-term goals. $2,000 a week, but you say I want to start off by making $500 a week, $600 a week. I came into Jason's shop making $100, $150 a week. They thought I was gonna quit, but I was like, if I'm at $150, $200 a week, and I was just getting two something, three something a week from UPS, I'm gonna be good. I'm good. I'm sticking around because I know I'm only going up from here. I could have been like, man, this shop is slow, I'm gone. But instead, I stuck around. I learned from people like Freddie. I learned from people like Jason. I learned from a lot of guys in that shop. And 6.5 years later, when Jason gave me the boot, I was a better man. I was a better businessman. I was a better father. I was a better husband, all because of stuff that I learned within that shop. So, and I think that I'm successful because of a lot of things that I learned in that shop. So as I like this right here, Lo says, success looks different to everyone. He loves this topic. So let's scroll down. Where I'm at, the owner is not a barber. He never cut hair. So, I mean, it's still things that you can learn. There's still things that you can't learn. But ultimately, can you pay your bills? Or it's time to go. Like, that's what it comes down to. You know your situation. So I can't speak 100% on it because I don't know 100%. What's going on? I'm Hope. Pros and cons of contracts. What are the pros and cons of contracts? Well, I can tell you the purpose of a contract is because two individuals are going into agreement with each other. So, a good thing to know. So, when I started, Jason gave me a contract. The contract actually started me off on commission. And I was on commission up until a certain point. I knew what that point was because it was in the contract. So, it helps with the expectations of both parties. So, I knew at the end of this contract, I would start paying $75 a week. And then after that, it's going to turn into $100 a week. Then it's going to turn into $125. And then I topped out at $135 at the time because this was years ago. $135, and I knew what was to come. But he was able to work with me, and I saw that he was working with me because of what my contract stated. All of this stuff was in the contract. So therefore, that is a pro for both parties. Cons. I can't say that there are cons in having a contract unless it tells you certain things like conflict of interest. If you ever leave this shop, you can't work within a 10-mile radius of this shop because you are agreeing now to our conflict of interest clause, which says that when I leave, I'm not taking this place's customers and going right across the street. Or going right down the street. So that's something that you wouldn't really want to sign up for because who knows, you might get forced to cross the street. You know what I'm saying? I know how that is. So those are just a few pros and cons, but I know you know how them contracts work Los. Alex, I've never seen this picture in here before, which means Alex, this is your first time. Possibly, or you just been listening and you finally got comfortable enough to comment. So I just want to say thank you for commenting. Welcome to Dead Stock Barber Shop officially. Is it okay if I could just work at a shop even if I'm not good? Like you said, to gain knowledge. Bro, the majority of the people who go to barber shops out of barber school are not good. The school's job is not to make you a freaking S-Craft Blends. It's not to make you Bazio. That school is to they're there to get you licensed and give you a basic understanding of hair cutting. Now, it's just like a driver's license. A driver's license doesn't say that you're the best driver. It says that you comprehend the rules of the road. So that's what it is when we go to barber school. It says that I understand safety, I understand sanitation, and I have a basic knowledge of hair cutting. Now, when I get in the field is where I get my growth. I get in the field and I can grow, I can learn, and that's why I said you want to get up under a shop owner that's going to teach. You want to get around other barbers that are willing to teach and ask questions and practice and all of these different things because that is exactly where you're going to grow. And while you're in that shop and you're not good, you're cutting hair. And each haircut, you're going to be getting better over time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You're going to look up and look back and see, man, I came a long way. I thought I was just hanging around here for knowledge, but now I've actually got some skill and I got some knowledge to go along with that. No problem, Deanna. There's always something to learn. Correct, Eric. Yes, always. King Me, what's going on? Trey J says, bro, I respect how you've been doing your lives lately. Thank you. You remember, I probably haven't gone live since last year around this time. And so I knew I was going to do Vlogmas again. And I was like, you know what? A weak point for me is lives because I never do it. So this is like any other muscle or anything that you want to get better at. You have to force yourself to do it. You want to get better at cutting hair? Force yourself to cut hair, even if you're down on yourself. Force yourself to watch some videos. Force yourself to ask questions, even if you're outside of your comfort zone. Watch people, even though it makes you look retarded. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2021. Even if it makes you look like you don't know what you're doing, ask for somebody to come over and help you. It's better to do it in barber school, but do not be afraid to do that in the barber shop. There's times where I'm like, Freddie, come check this out. Or it's times like, I'm slow. I'm not doing anything. Freddie, what you doing right there? I'm watching. You know what they used to tell me in the barber shop? I'm going to get some blinders over here so you can stop watching and taking our stuff. Bro, I watched. I asked questions. Like I said before, I came from a YouTube that wasn't like your guys' YouTube. My YouTube experience was watching people cut hair with no words on the screen, just music. And they're switching guards and they're doing their thing. And that was the most unhelpful way to teach somebody how to cut hair. Those were considered tutorials. But I would zoom in as much as I could. I would look like, that looks like a 1.5. That looks like a 1. Look like that might be a 2. I haven't even been in barber school at this point. So I'm just like, okay, that looks like my 1.5 guard. Okay, he's doing that right there. But now once I got into barber school, that gave me an opportunity to ask the good barbers around me, is that a number 2? What are you doing right there? Everything that I couldn't do through YouTube, now I'm looking at a live action YouTube channel, a live action YouTube tutorial, except for I'm in barber school or except for I'm in the barber shop. So go to the people that you see are better than you and ask questions, because what I can say is that most people will not turn you down because they know that they're better than you. They know that you don't know what you're doing. Plus, it makes them feel a little better. Like, oh, this person look up to me. Yeah, I know I'm cold. I'll let you know whatever you want to know. Now, you might run into some issues once you start getting equal or even better. They might feel a little, nah, I ain't got nothing for you, bro. You might run into some people like that. Is the key to finishing cuts faster just practice? The key to faster haircuts is intentionality. Remember that word for today, guys. Intentionality. Is it a word? Probably. I don't know. But to me, it's like the act of being intentional. So I want to, and this is one thing that I can give you from Jason Barber, Educator. He pulled out a timer and would show people like, okay, here's a timer. Bam, 45 minutes. Now, that was a long time ago, but here you guys go. You got smartphones, so you go to your clock app, your alarm. You say, okay, this is just a taper fade, one on top. I want to finish this cut in 30 minutes. It always takes me 45 minutes. I'm aiming for 30 minutes. So the first thing I want to do before I even start that, mentally, I'm thinking 30 minutes. How can I break this up? It's going to take me a certain amount of time to cut this all down. So let's just dedicate 5 minutes to that. It's going to take me time to taper both sides and in the back. So let's just say we'll shoot for another 5 minutes each. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20. Now I want to spend more time on the edge up than everything else, because that's the most important thing to a customer a lot of the time, because they don't see the rest. So they don't know that I didn't really do as good on that taper, but I'm still learning anyway. But at least when they look in the mirror from here, it looks great to them. So I just made a haircut 30 minutes that's normally 45 minutes. So now I'm glancing over at my phone saying, okay, I got 5 minutes to do this taper. Let me get done with this side. Let me go through my steps. Chris showed me in the video how to do this. I worked those steps. Now let me move to the other side. Or you can go 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 on the edge up, and now I got 5 minutes left to detail. Or you could say, well, I only went over 5 minutes, so I finished this haircut in 35 minutes. I was shooting for 30. I got done in 35. I knocked off 10 minutes from my haircut just by being intentional about the time you spend and about not doing this so much, because a lot of us barbers, like Jason, when he's talking, his clippers is down or he's animated. Jason get out in the middle. The best thing they ever invented for Jason was cordless clippers, because he'll go from cutting, when he can't tell a story and cut hair, before he had to sit the clippers down in the drawer and he gonna get in front of you and act out exactly what he talking about. But now they done came out with cordless clippers. He in the middle of the floor, clippers in his hands, spitting on folks, you know what I'm saying? Comb and clippers, and he talking, and the customer just sitting there like, man, I wish this dude would just hurry up and start on my head. I gotta be somewhere in like 10 minutes, and he don't even recognize that I'm looking mad over here. But usually you have to look at yourself. So what am I doing that I can immediately stop to get faster? If I'm talking too much to the people around me, then I need to stop talking so much. If I'm talking too much to my customer. So for me, let's just say a customer comes in late, or if I'm behind and I'm like, okay, I need to get done, or something like that. Or let's just say you want to squeeze a walk in, and a person is usually used to the great conversation that you guys have. I'll tell them, hey, I know you're trying to get in and out, and you made it a little bit late, or I got to get you in and out. I can't talk right now. You can talk to me about whatever you want to talk about, but I'm just going to be cutting hair, because I know me, I can't talk and cut. I'll be slowing down. I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know yourself. If it's the talking for you, let's tone that down or stop it, or just say the basics. You know, just the bare minimum to the customer in the chair, but to the people around you, you might have to get a little quiet on them. And all of those different things, you know, being intentional about those different things will help your speed. I 100% guarantee every single one of you, even Jason, you guys will be much faster and find yourself behind a lot less if you do those things. Come to my school. Where's your school at, Alex? Oh, you said come to your school. Mr. West is your instructor. Okay. All right. All right, so you know everything I'm saying about him is so true. Mr. West is your instructor. I take around an hour. Miguel, an hour and 45 minutes in a haircut is unfair to the customer. Just because people's lives are so, we're in a place in our society to where everything is fast. You know, like they used to say the microwave. Everything was microwave era when I was coming up, because people used to cook on the stove. So when they wanted to refer to something that's fast, they say microwave era. But you guys are a part of this TikTok era, to where if it's a video on TikTok that's a minute long, they got 5 seconds to get your attention or they're gone. You got 10 seconds to get somebody's attention or they're gone. So to hold somebody for an hour and 45 minutes for a haircut is a very, very, very long time. So I need you to find you a system. That's usually an indicator that you don't have a system by which you cut hair. You're just cutting until it looks good. You know, I did the best I could. Let me keep messing around here. Let me mess around here. And an hour and 45 minutes later, okay, he can leave with this. So I need you to do what I'm saying, what I just said to you. Deanna says she's been cutting hair for 5 months. Clipper companies are 100% taking advantage of our, they're taking advantage of our consumerism. True. Big Ross Gaming. Let's see. I like to do a few cuts. We're gonna get to a few cuts. I'm obviously gonna run over on my time tonight, but it's Friday and I love y'all and we're gonna do something. Did you ever get a cut where you felt you couldn't do? Let's see. Did you ever get a cut where you felt like you couldn't do, and how did it turn out? I believe so. It's funny that you asked, because I actually brought it up today. My last customer today was an after hours customer, and he got a afro type deal with the drop fade. And I told him I remember at being at Jason's shop like early on in my career, and we do like a bunch of like tapers, mohawks, number 8 tapers, just things like that. But then there came this time where the drop fades were starting to come in and be a thing, but people were still rocking fros at that time. So like the haircut that we want that you wanted to avoid the most was the number 10 on this picture. So you guys remember you have the pictures up there and the number by it, and people would come and ask for a number 10. It was so much work to do a drop fade and a mohawk. I mean, not a drop fade on an afro. It was just like, nah, I really don't want to do that. Even before I had the technique, so the technique that I showed you guys of debulking with the number 2 and all that kind of stuff, I didn't know that yet. So before that, it was just like, man, this is dreaded. I'm over here struggling trying to blend into this long bulk. How do I not make this weight line? I see it's a weight line and I don't know how to fix it. So that's when I started doing the number 2, knock that down first with the grain, and I saw that, okay, yeah. But it took a minute to develop that. So I had this mindset of, and I used to say to the manager of the shop that cut hair next to me, I'll be like, bro, you just gotta fake it till you make it. So I go in there and hit this little, what I call a little fake taper in the back, number 2, not number 2, but on an afro, and it, like, I'm looking, and I know the customer don't know, but it looks good to them. And so to me, I'm like, I know this ain't right, because I know I want to make it look better than this. I know what a blended haircut look like, and nobody around me can show me what to do. Like, nobody's showing me this specific thing. Even the manager's to my side, like, he like, shoot, I don't know either. And then eventually I started to get better with it, and then he was asking me like, all right, bro, how did you do that? Because I remember you was doing them fake tapers. Like, we would say that all the time, fake tapers. So, like, I do enough to where you got a nice clean edge up. It might be a whole weight line in there on that fro, but the taper under it looked clean. And you know what I'm saying? So I just did the best I could. All right, Jason, thank you for coming through. I'm glad you like the bag, TG. Let's see. Detroit Pistons. Man, ain't nobody getting no Detroit Pistons nothing around here, man. Let's see. And I know I'm so far behind. So thank you guys. You guys are here and you're gaining from this. And it's like, it's a mutual thing because I don't go live. So by me going live, I'll be able to read this stuff faster. I won't be so far behind. I know I'm like, you guys are commenting and I don't see it for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get better at this stuff. I already think I'm better at it. How many sneakers do I own? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. Last time I counted, it was like 100 and something downstairs in my main closet. I got like 17 in boxes over here. I got another pair just on the ground right here. I got 3 just like, they're just up on this little shelf right here. I got a bunch of kicks in the shop, so I don't know. I got some shoes on my feet. So I don't know. I gave probably 15 pair to my oldest because he can fit my size now. B Mills Cuts says, do I prefer a suite or a shop? I think they both got their benefits. I think they both have their pros and their cons. My last 2-3 years at the barber shop, I rarely was doing walk-ins anymore. If I did walk-ins, it was not because I had to. It's because I was trying to help the shop flow. And I would go over and I'd ask. I said, hey, man, I got 15 minutes before my next appointment comes. I can only do something fast. You get a ball fade? Come on, I can knock that out. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That was towards the end of my barbershop career. That was my experience with walk-ins. But I'm as you can see, I like to talk, and I would be talking a lot. Hey, we got 34 people viewing. We got 32 likes. Can we get 100% for your boy? You know what I'm saying? I love to talk. I love to talk to customers. I love to talk to other people's customers. And that may not be a good thing to, some barbers thought that I was trying to steal the customers. But as you guys see, I'm not trying to steal y'all. I'm just a friendly person. I like to talk. I I think I'm probably the nosiest person in the world, and I felt for years like I needed a talk show because I like to hear like what people have going on. Like I can remember what my customers tell me, so I might not see them for a month. I might, you know what I'm saying, but I can remember the last conversation that we had. I can remember their kids' names, their wife's name. Hey, ain't y'all anniversary coming up? I know it's like around September something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how I remember that stuff, but I feel like I was born a barber, and I grew into that. But I feel like that's something. If you have that about yourself, like you're gonna be an unstoppable barber. I'm not saying that you have to have it to be successful, but I think it is going to help you a lot. I'm the guy, like I'd be riding with my wife home from church, and I'm just looking at people like I'm like, all these people are going somewhere. I wish I could just see where they're going. Like I just want to see where they're going. What are they about to do right there? How come I can't know what they about to go do? I don't even know who these people is. They could be serial killers about to go kill somebody. I'm like, how come I can't know what he doing? I wish I could just flip a channel and be like, oh, okay, that's where he was going. I'm probably, like I said, I'm the nosiest person in the world. So, which I think is pretty funny. But so I like talking to people. So you don't have that aspect in a suite. I get to talk to one person at a time. But with that, the conversations are much more helpful to me a lot of times and to the individual because I can talk and have a more private conversation. I got people who came with me from the shop. I was cutting their hair like 5 years. And we get into the suite and I'm like, bro, I don't know this person. You've never talked this much to me in my life. Like out of the 5 years we've been cutting hair, we've never had a full conversation. But everybody's not comfortable around a group of people. So I didn't know. I just thought like, oh, this is just one of the customers. What's going on, man? Everything good? How the family? They good? All right. How's work? You got a new job? That's cool, man. Congratulations, bro. And that's the extent. And then we get into the suite, and it's a whole nother thing. Like, oh, okay, shoot, I didn't even know you was like that. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just being in a suite. It was just different. But you do not have. Hey, baby. You do not have that same whole, like, you know, like the camaraderie, the family feel that you get in the shop that I got in the shop because I'm like a family type person, you know what I'm saying? So you're working with these people. There was 2019, I worked every single day and I was booked up all day long. And there was times I'm going to work at 9 a.m. and I'm not coming home till 10, 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm with these people more than I'm with my family. I want to stress that I don't advise any of you guys do anything. Don't work hours like that. I did it. I made the most money I ever made in my life that year, but it definitely was not worth it. It didn't feel worth it to me in the end because I missed a year of my family. I missed a year of my kids growing. I missed a year of events that they was doing, you know, and even being a barber, I want to tell you guys, it is expected of you guys to be available at times where everybody else is supposed to be out doing whatever they want to do. So no one told me about the psyche of a barber, the mental state of a barber, living through like, and it depends on what position that you got, what position in life you're in. So for me, I'm not a guy who goes out in clubs. You got a lot of barbers that are like that. I'm not going to clubs, not going to strip clubs. So for me, like my family's events, the stuff that my wife and kids and my in-laws is getting out doing, like I'm looking at that through pictures and through videos. So that weighed a lot on me. But nobody told me about that. Nobody told me about that we should look into the divorce rate of barbers because somebody has convinced us that we need to work 9 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's talking about that stuff. We just think it's normal that towards the holidays I'm working, on the weekends I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to, even as you guys are going into this a little more, to already have in mind that I want to have a really good work-life balance because that's important. I won't say that I was depressed in 2019, but I started to have those thoughts like, man, what is this all life is about? Like I'm just working every day. I'm not doing anything else. I would on Sundays, I'd go to church and I'd leave church and go straight to the shop. I saved a lot of money. I made a lot of money, but I didn't like how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, no, I won't do it again. I'd rather not make that much money, make less money and be happy and healthy and can do things like get on YouTube or go out with family than make all that money. So I'm sure I probably answered your question somewhere in there. Hopefully that helps. You know I'm long-winded. Uh, Anthony says, nice, definitely needs one of those for my house. See, I be talking so much, I don't even know what you even talking about, Anthony. I don't even know what you referring to. I've been talking so long. Um, Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Big Boss Ross. Ivy Mac says, do you think barber licensing should continue to require school, or should it be a certification since we can get the knowledge from other sources? I think, I know Bazio touches on that stuff a lot. I have no problem with it being a license. I have zero problem. I went through it. I did 1,500 hours. That's a long time. I don't even know. I think to be a police officer, it's like 600 hours or 300 hours. I definitely don't think it should be 1,500 hours. Well, in Texas, it was 1,500. Now they since dropped it to 900. But I've talked to somebody on one of the lives that said it was like 2,500 in their state. That's crazy. Like, that is crazy. I have no problem with schools and licensing, though. But I feel like the schools should teach, like, these conversations should be what's happening in these schools. So you shouldn't just hear it from this random guy on YouTube. Some of this stuff should already be in your mind already. Hey, Los, don't cancel me, bro. I said that a long time ago. Major game you speaking. Appreciate it. No problem, bro. No problem. Dallas Barber College, stand up. Look at Hey, Freddie. Freddie Brooks. What's going on, man? I went to school with that guy, man. Nathan, you in here? I know I'm late. I'm getting to this stuff. I'm scrolling. I'm getting to it. I know I'm late. Okay, so I must be about 15 minutes back because my sister said something about my 15 minutes to go, and that was about 15 minutes ago. So, Wavy says, I'd like to speak to you offline about marriage and getting points across effectively, not in a negative way, by improving my communication. Guess what, Wavy Cuts? Let's go back to this right here. So, Wavy Cut says, I'd like to speak with you offline about marriage and getting points across effectively, not in a negative way, but improving my communication. Okay, guys, so I'm going to give you some insight on this coming year. So as you guys can see, I'm going to be doing more live, so you're going to get more of my personality. You're going to get more of my personal belief system. So I want to say right now, you guys, I am a Christian male. I have been married as of next week 16 years. I have 3 children, and so I have my belief system, and I have a lot of a wealth of knowledge when it comes to things about relationships, when it comes to things about finance, when it comes to things about just dealing with people in general, and just overall problem solving and solutions, and trying to help people as much as I can. So what I'll say is this way, because if you want to speak offline in detail, that's cool. I'm down for it whenever. You just let me know when. But we're going to start addressing some of this stuff. As I said earlier, nobody's talking about the psyche of the barber. Nobody's talking about, like, how do I handle, like, stress mentally and pressure when I want to be better and I don't seem to be able to get better. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to bring in questions like, let's see. My customer is a drug dealer and I'm a Christian believer. Am I supposed to take his money? Do I take his drug money? You know what I'm saying? Or I'm the only Christian in this shop. Like, should I quit? Everybody else is atheist or Muslim or Catholic or something. You know, like, these are real situations that you guys are going to run into. And I'm just going to start talking about that kind of stuff so that I can help you guys be well-rounded, not only with clippers in your hands, but so that just like it was done for me, when I walked away from that barbershop, I was a better man. You know what I'm saying? So financially, I had some things that I can build on. Relationship-wise, I had some things I can build on. Like, there's just a lot of things. Business, I was able to build on. So the things that I know, I just want to give it to you guys and in its entirety. I'm going to take this clock off of here because we failed tonight. We failed. I'm just going to say that. We failed. And let's scroll on. So, yeah, Wavy Cuts, bro. Like, you want to talk marriage, you want to talk anything, bro, I got you, bro. Greg Ramsey says, Babyless FX Pro or Andis Cordless Master, which is better? If I want to go off my personal experience, my Babyless FX, my red skeleton, well, the gold had the best blade, and it's better than any cordless Andis that I've purchased. So I have to go there. But neither one of them are really better than my corded T outliner. So I'll slide that in there for a bonus. King Mel was good. Was good. Oh no, that says King Me. Oh my bad. I already read that. Brett Thomas, favorite OG video game, and why is it WWF No Mercy on N64? No, buddy. No, it is not. No Mercy. The best best OG game of all time. And that's tough because we got to throw in your Marios. You got to throw in your Mortal Kombats, the earlier Mortal Kombats. You got to throw in your Sonics. Like that's kind of hard, but just for you, we'll keep it on Nintendo 64. And before I give you my wrestling answer, the best game in Nintendo 64 was GoldenEye. If we had to get on there right now, I would take you to the facility map, and I'm going to use my little cheat code where I hit the top button here, and I hold the little yellow C button, and then I look up in the air, and I slide around, and my guy's going to be crouching and jumping up, and next thing you know, it's going to send you up into the vent, and now somebody's going to come into the bathroom, and I'm going to shoot you from in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a gamer. Like, y'all just don't know. Or if y'all want to go back to the original Mortal Kombat and you want the blood code, because back then, they couldn't show blood. Oh, you put in the blood code, it's ABAC, ABB. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go back a long time with games, man. But the best wrestling game on Nintendo 64 was the black cartridge. WrestleMania 2000. WrestleMania 2000. That's it. So don't be coming in here talking about no Mercy, bro. I never even played No Mercy. I just know it's not better than the one I played because it was my favorite. Chris, any advice on how to gain clients without working in the barber? Hold on. Let me figure this out. Any advice on how to gain clients without working in the barber shop and can't take walk-ins? So if you cannot take walk-ins for some weird reason and you're in a barber shop, or let's just say you're at home, and there is no walk-in situation, word of mouth is always going to be your best form of advertisement, as well as now we can go into the social media type stuff, passing out cards. Hey, man, even if you're not a licensed barber, you can still get cards printed up on Vistaprint. You know what I'm saying? You can still make your own flyers and print them out from Canva. You know what I'm saying? So there's different things that you can do, but word of mouth is usually a good one. I was doing something that I don't suggest. My haircuts were $5, and I was telling people, hey, first cut is free. I don't suggest it, but I was doing that as I was working at UPS. I was new to Texas, and that was my first job, and I was cutting hair, and I'm like, hey, you guys, I cut hair. Give me a shot. First cut, free. After that, it's $5. So hopefully that helps, Nate. Let's see what Mario's talking about. All right, Barber here. Question for barbers and opinions from customers. What do y'all think of holiday prices? Xmas Eve, New Year's, Thanksgiving. Should the prices be different? It is very, very, very personal. It's up to you. So I worked in a shop where the owner's like, hey, if you're going to be open, this is the price. So what is my option then? If the shop's not charging more, I can't charge more. So, but what that does is being under somebody's tutelage for so long, it kind of shapes your mind about it. So for me, I don't charge more. Like if I'm working the day before Thanksgiving, if I'm working the day before Christmas, I chose to be open. So if I'm choosing to be open and I'm listed as open, then it's the open prices. But that's me. You might say, well, everybody else is closed. Even my wife is at home. So if I'm going to go in, I charge $100. I think it's fine either way. I think it's 100% up to you. As long as it's cool with the shop owner, I have no problem with a person charging more. For me, I charge more after hours. Some people might not like that. Some people might be like, bro, you chose to stay late. Well, I've been here. I work 9 to 5 now. So if you want me at 5 o'clock, I did one today. It's $110 after hours. This guy came at 5. Technically, I get off at 5. So this is the price. He knew it. He paid it before he even sat in the chair. So it's up to you, brother. As long as it's cool with your shop owner. What it do, Dwight? What up? All right. Desavian Willis. What age did you start cutting, and when do you see your cuts? Oh, so when did I switch them to? When did I see my cuts getting better? I started. I was like 15 or 16. I was in high school, cutting my hair, cutting my brother's hair, then my friends, then their friends, and random people walking by. My haircuts, about time. I would say my haircuts were decent. Like they were good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't like I wasn't shop ready, but they were like, well, I'll say I could do a taper. Like I rocked the taper, so I knew I could do that. But it wasn't until I moved to Texas and cats started asking me for ball fades, and I didn't really have no concept of how to get that bald line out of there. So I can go back and look at a couple pictures of before I got into barber school, and seeing that haircut, and those haircuts, it just wasn't that great because I didn't know what a ball fade was or how to really transition. I can do like the guy said, hour and 45-minute cuts. The guy who said that, like I can mess around in a cut until it looked good, but I couldn't tell you what I just did. Like it wasn't no real steps. So when I got into barber school and I got around those other guys and I got concepts and systems that I can utilize, then that's when I say I got good. So 16. This must have been 2000 and I probably started like 02, 03. I think I got into barber school maybe 2010, end of 2010, beginning of 2011. So I will say I got really good in barber school. So however many years that is, like maybe around 8 years. But like I said, all I was doing was watching YouTube and trying to do something that I really didn't know because they weren't talking on the freaking videos. Big Ross says that's real. Work-life balance, yes, sir. And I know I talked about that a long time ago. Good night, Q. I know you probably gone by now. What up, Kenny Kirk? You still in here? Hair Life, Yanni. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, you guys. Welcome. We just been chopping it up. We got a lot of people who want haircuts to be looked at, and we're gonna spend the next. I'm gonna go until 11 o'clock, and we're about to get started right now. Mortal Kombat 3 on Super Nintendo was fire, bro. I didn't even really play I did. That's when you brought in like Striker and Cabal and them guys, and you can do all like more combos and slides and stuff. But by that time, like I was kind of over Mortal Kombat. I ain't gonna lie. All I wanted to do was get over here with Scorpion. Best of the game, Tecmo Bowl. Now you done took it back too far for me. I remember being a little kid watching my older brothers and cousins playing Tecmo Bowl, but I didn't really play. Like what I played was Joe Montana 90 something, whatever. It was on the Sega. I know y'all remember that. I was the 49ers all the time. What are good prices for a beginner barber? This is going to be personal preference. So for me, I believe that no haircut should be under $20 for a beginner barber in a barber shop. So when I go to a barber shop, I don't want to see a haircut $17, $18, $19. I feel like at very minimum, every haircut, like every shop should have a $20 haircut. Now, I feel like if you are a more experienced barber in that shop, that your prices should be more than whatever that base price is. I'm 100% cool on that when that's the system. So when I get mine going, I'm going to have one set price, but the starting price when you come in, it's $50. Like haircut and beard or whatever, it's probably going to be like $50. So that's a difference. But before you start, you're going to have to be trained up. So that was a system that I got from Supercuts. Before I ever got on the floor, they made me do a week-long training that I had to pass in order, and that I had to pay for it out of my own pocket, out of my check. Every 2 weeks when they gave my check, they were taking off for that class that they put me through in order to be on their floor. So I'm gonna have something like that. Maybe I'm not gonna charge, but if I was to do it, I would definitely have that. Before you get out there, I want you to be confident in your skill ability, and we can grow you from there. But you'll come in making, like I said, $54,000 a year, versus the average income in America is about $33,000 a year. So you'll be doing really well, but you'll be on commission. So your $54,000 would be your take home. Your take home after the commission. something like that. It'll be like 60-40. And then we'll do a system to where, maybe once you get to a certain level, then we decrease the percentage, or we just give you more, you do any service out of these few services, you keep that whole thing, that none of that is commission. Something like that. I've just been thinking of different ways to retain barbers. Jay Clips, what's going on? All right, let's see what Miguel's talking about. What would be a good time limit for a full service with scissor work on top, face, beard, and eyebrows for a beginner barber that has around 1 year of experience? I say for me personally, I do that already. Like if somebody booked that with me, it's an hour-long service. So, and that allows me the time to also talk to them. But for somebody that is a year out, I can easily see why it would take you a little bit over an hour, just because you're still kind of new. But that's also not an excuse, because like we said earlier, there are ways for you to get faster. So I would just wherever you are now, however long it takes you, Miguel, right now, let's just work on chopping it down. And once you get there, whatever you did to get you there, now we're gonna turn that timer down a little bit more, and we're gonna keep knocking it off till we can get you with that full service, an hour. That's a good time where a man can come in and, hey, I just needed a cut in between on my lunch break, or I'm heading here. I don't really have a lot of time to lay back for 2 hours or an hour and 45 minutes or an hour and a half. But if you can do this in an hour, you're my guy. Here's $60, $70, and thank you. You know what I'm saying? Say, my boy said, run that blood code back. ABACABB. Now, if my sister was still in here, she would give you the unlimited lives to the Contra. I can't remember. I remember it was like up, down, left, right, start, select, something. I can't remember. But yeah, that's funny. Hey, auntie. My auntie in here, y'all. That's my Aunt Wanda in here with her beautiful self. How you doing? See, Shay, no, 007. Y'all look at my beautiful auntie. She been in the hair industry. Auntie, how long have you been in the hair industry? She been at it for a long time. Probably 30 plus. So it's kind of in my blood. I will claim that. Let's see. What Anthony talking about? Everybody said, you are wild. It's all good, bro. You got to be with... Yeah. Say, man. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so slow with this stuff. Like, I don't even know what you're referring to. I'm just going to be like, bro, yeah, you right, man. 100, bro. You right. Wow, I never knew about what marriages and barbers. Yeah. Like, people really, we don't talk about that. And we just get to going and we cutting and we like, oh, man, I'm making all the money I want to make. And, like, bro, your whole life is over with. So now you got a girlfriend and you divorced and you making the money you want to make, but man, you sacrificed your whole life because of it. And that's not going to be me, and I don't want that to be any of you guys either. My Aunt Wanda said she's been at it for 35 years. Aunt Wanda, I'm 35 now. I just turned 35 back in September, so that is amazing. That is amazing. The Xavion Willis. Interested in hearing more about the barber mindset. Currently going through a period where I feel stuck when it comes to how my work looks. The Xavion. I gotta say, that comes in waves. And I think it is a part of growth. Because I'll be like, okay, man, I got this new system. I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm killing it. And I'll be going, and it's like 2-3 weeks, a month and a half, and I just look up like, ugh, like, what am I doing? Like, I don't even know how to cut hair. Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just go through that phase, and what it does, hopefully to you, will make you want to go back, not back to the drawing board, but make you want to even learn even more. So that always motivated me to be like, okay, let me get on my videos. Have I been watching videos lately? Have I been trying new systems? It could be just that I don't really like that system that I was doing. Let me go back to my old system, my my two clipper cutting system. Let me go back to that. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I still got it. I was just tripping. But I don't like how that was looking. Let me try something new. So I'm consistently, like, I'm always trying new fade system, new techniques, all of these different things. Oh, you was talking about that gold knife. Say, bro, that gold knife, we gonna get up in that vent in that bathroom and let loose with my what we used to use, the RCP 90 or the Clob, or I mean, you got to get the golden PP7 or whatever, dual PP7s. So yeah, so I hope that helps, this Avion. Like, it's a part of it, and you're gonna notice, like, I haven't had it happen here within the last few months, but what has been happening to me is like the opposite has been happening. It's like, bro, I learned how to cut hair today. Like, all my haircuts just came out good, and I might have did one thing a little bit different, and it just clicked. And I'm like, bro, I'll go get home, and I'm chopping up with my boy Ward. I'm like, bro, I learned how to cut hair today. He always be like, bro, what are you talking about? But it's just like that opposite feeling where everything is going good, and I don't hear really people talking about that, but that is a thing as well. You're gonna have these lows where it's just like, I don't know how to cut hair anymore. I don't know what happened. I was only off for 2 days. I came back, and now I'm trash. You know what I'm saying? Odd Job. Why do I know that name? Was Odd Job the little short dude with the top hat? Oh my God, I gotta bring that back up. Was that Odd Job? Did he like a top hat on, or he was a midget or something like that? But let's get back to these, because I can talk games all day. Benjamin, what's going on? Benjamin Daniel. If you guys are just now joining us, please go ahead and like this video for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys for joining. We just kicking it, and we just going live, and we just chopping it up. I'm supposed to be doing some cut critics right now, but I'm kind of enjoying just talking to you guys. Is it okay if we don't do it tonight? Let me know if it's okay if we don't do any tonight. If y'all say it's not okay and y'all want to peer pressure and bully me into not doing it, into doing it, let me know if I'm being peer pressured and bullied into how I'm going to do my channel tonight. Just let me know, because I'm liking just talking to y'all and kind of talking about what goes on through our mind. Let me know. Do I have to do cut critics tonight? Is y'all going to give me a pass? Let me know. Let's see. I'm paying money to go to school, but would much rather spend that money on booth rent and build myself as a young barber as soon as possible rather than waste time in school. I gotta say, Benjamin, you have the worst mindset, sir. I need you to get rid of that mindset. There is a process to everything. Everybody wants to be Michael Jordan, but do you want to spend the hours in the gym early in the morning when everybody's asleep? Everybody wants to be the Arnold Schwarzeneggers. I know that's an old reference. Nobody wants to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. You only know the old man. Who's swole? I don't know. Everybody wants to be swole, but we don't want to eat right and work out. Like, there is a process to everything, and you have to respect that process, Benjamin. You have to respect the process. So if the process says that, man, I got to go to school, guess what? I did it, bro, for 1,500 hours. I know the process. And I also, if you missed it earlier, I told people how I got better in school. Instead of going to straight and working in somebody's shop or only working at the house, there was a lot of growth that happened for me in school. As well as, you know how I'm helping you guys out now? Eventually, I became that guy in school that was able to help people grow. So I was the guy that somebody's getting messed up. It's about to be a fight, an argument. Manyweather, come. And I go over there and I fix the haircut. And I'm going to show the person what they messed up on. And guess what that was? That was training for you today. That's how I can give you advice today, because it's something that happened 10 years ago in barber school. So barber school prepared me for YouTube in a way. So I have to respect the process, bro. Don't skip the process, because there's growth in the process. Don't skip it, man. The money's going to come. Do not be the guy who says, well, he told me I got to go to school, so I'm just going to get up here and I'm going to get my 1,500 hours or whatever it is, and I'm going to get out. No, go in there and mess people's heads up. Cut as much heads as you can. Learn as much as you can because you want all of your mistakes to happen in that period. So now when I am the new guy in the shop, which everybody's already looking at me as the new guy, or at least I don't cut like the new guy. You were expecting me to be messing people up. But guess what? I've already learned how to fix my mistakes or avoid my mistakes in barber school. So get in there. Don't worry about if they tipping or not. We had those guys. If Freddie's still in here, they know. Freddie knows what we heard in our school. Those guys that came and they were like, I'm just here for my license. Then they developed the mindset that if they ain't tipping, I ain't clipping. They saying all of that stuff because in their mind they were good and they were ready for the shop. But they never got better from day one to day, whatever their last day of school was, to a year later. They left out of that school with the same skill set because they didn't respect what the process was. And so the game never came to them. They never developed an eye. They never developed professionalism. They never developed customer service skills. All of that was lost on them, but they had a license, and a lot of them aren't cutting today. Because, oh man, this shop ain't got no money. The guy that left the shop that was in the spot there before me, he left that shop and said, there's not enough money in this shop. I came in that shop and eventually made 6 figures from his chair. But he didn't respect the process. Oh, it's too many barbers in here, it's slow. Sometimes shops get slow, but I came in and I was patient. I'm looking, I'm learning, and I'm respecting the process. And then I became the busiest barber that shop has ever seen. The busiest barber that a lot of people have ever even seen on social media. Because a lot of people that you guys see that are big influencers don't make the money that you think they're making. But you just don't know that because they don't talk money with you. They might have some Jordans, they might have some designer stuff on, and so you assume that, oh, he's making 6 figures, but you have no clue because he can't even show you. He can't show you a tax return where he's paid. All of that stuff is a part of the process. Paying taxes is a part of the process of buying a house. That's the way that us self-employed people prove our income. So I can't be mad at when they say, hey, you owe this much because I made this much. But if I don't respect the process and I don't pay them folks, then I can't be where I want to be. I can't be a homeowner. I can't get a vehicle that's not a cash car. Or I can't get a vehicle if I don't respect the credit process and build my credit up and pay my debts off in time. If I don't respect that process, then I can go and get a car with credit card interest rates, 17, 20 on an interest rate, or I can respect the process and go buy a car at 1% APR, 3% interest. You know what I'm saying? It's all about respecting the process to get where you want to go. Don't jump it, bro, because you're going to miss something by skipping it every time. So I hope that helps, guys. Let's go back up. My guy AAC, what's going on? Irene Matthews. I keep getting these people coming in here talking about VAWR. Can y'all help me? I don't know what that is. If you trolling, why? If you want me to click on a link or something, I'm not. I don't know what that is. But if you want to stick around and get some knowledge and be a better person, learn how to be a better barber, then I got you, Irene Matthews. All right, let's go down. What is this? I don't know what that is. Chris Bumstead. Apprentice. We don't even have apprenticeships in Texas. Yeah, we don't have that out here. My guy Shay says he went for 9 months. Okay, so I asked the question, can we skip cut critics and we can just talk and build you guys up mentally? Because everybody on YouTube is talking about your skill and trying to get your skill. But can we just talk and be reasonable about this? Can we just, have some moments where we just listen, or you guys ask questions and I can give my opinion on it? My guy Johnny right here. Johnny is another one of those guys that he came into the shop. He wasn't where he was going to end up. But Johnny had, what I could say about Johnny is when he got to the shop where I was working at, he did not have the skill set to be somebody walks in and say he's the best barber in the room. But what I remember about Johnny early on Johnny had a business mind. Johnny had products. Johnny had like his own product. I'll say he was making his own product, and he had all of these different things going on, pretty much fresh out of barber school. And so he had a business mind, which made me know that eventually the skill will come, because what he understands is about, if I am to sell this product, then my main product that I'm going to sell is my haircuts. Then I got to get better there. So I watched as Johnny put in the work, and Johnny got better. So now when I'm scrolling and I see Johnny's work on Instagram, and I ghost follow everybody. So if y'all don't see me like nothing, I'm gonna give you my support by following, but I'm not like, I really don't use it. So a lot of times I'll just scroll. You know what I'm saying? But I'll see where Johnny has come so far. I never forget one of my customers. He came in with his friends. I'm like, bro, I'm busy. I can't get you in. So he gets in my guy Johnny's chair, and Johnny gave him the craziest smiley, edge up, like, y'all been like, bro, what the heck was John? Like, Johnny ain't never cut hair in his life. Like, it was one of those edge ups. You be like, bro, did you fall asleep? One of them edge ups. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, out of there. And that same guy now is much, much further along than what anybody that knew him then would have even imagined. So keep grinding, bro. And look at him. Look where he's at, bro. This is a professional barber. This dude is not in here because he's aspiring to go to barber school or anything like that. Johnny's been licensed now for multiple years. And look where he's at on a Friday night. He's in here trying to see how he can continue to grow. That's the motivation. That's the dedication that it's going to take to be what you want to be in this industry. Because ultimately, it's up to you. The game rewards you for what you put in. Let's see. Notorious. Any advice for cutting hair in the garage? I want to cut hair while I go to barber school. I have no advice for cutting hair in the garage as far as like, I don't know. What do you mean by advice? Just do it. Like, cut hair. that's the only advice I got. Get you some good lighting. Get you a fan, because it's probably hot in there. You know what I'm saying? At least make the people that are willing to allow you to practice on them, make them as comfortable as possible. If you don't have a barber chair yet, go and get you a stylist chair. It could be a used stylist chair. It won't lay back, but at least you'll have something that you can pump up and down. Because what I will say is that the majority of the people that came into barber school had bad habits. So that's one thing that I looked at myself. When I went to barber school day one, I told myself this. And I know the majority, probably 99% of the people that were in there never said this before me. I said, I'm coming in here 8 years after I've already been cutting hair currently. I know nothing. That was my mindset. I don't know anything. Everybody else is like, bro, why we got to do this paperwork? Why it's going to take a week or two before we get our clippers? Why I got to do this past this part before I can get on the floor? Everybody was ready to get on the floor to show what they were already capable of doing. It took me a long time, like maybe it took me so long to get on the floor and cut hair. I got on the floor and watched a lot. But it took me so long to pull out clippers to when they finally see me cutting, it was like, bro, you can cut hair? Like, bro, what are you doing? Why you always watching us and asking questions? Bro, because I'm here to get better. I didn't just come here for a license. Y'all are the senior students. Y'all are the best in the building. So I need to watch y'all because I want to be where you are eventually. So what I can say is that don't form bad habits like, and a lot of us, we can't help it because of our chairs. Like, well, the number one bad habit that you're going to have coming from cutting hair and going into barber school is the fact that it's going to be so hard for you to use your chair. You're going to find yourself, especially in the age now of cordless clippers, and I know you guys are going to have them, where you get on the floor, and can anybody, let me know if anybody can attest to this, where you found yourself cutting hair in school from being at home cutting, and you the only person in the aisle, in the walkway. You're not standing on your mat behind the chair. You are actually walking around the person instead of spinning your chair. So what they would say is, hey, work the chair, don't let the chair work you. Because you'll be walking all around the chair, cutting their hair as if they're in a stationary chair. But instead, use your chair, spin them. You stand in one place on this comfortable mat. This is what's going to allow you to work 10 hours a day. 8 hours a day, whatever you're working, because this mat is designed for your feet, for your back, for your knees, for all of those things, which you have no cushions or anything like that, but you're used to just walking around at the house. So there's bad habits that you can form. So I would just look out for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to tell you to look out for certain things when you don't know what to look out for. But your time when you're at the house, I would start the timing thing now. If it's taking you an hour, shoot for 45 minutes. If it's taking you 45 minutes, shoot for 35 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Just start preparing yourself even now, because you're going to have to break those cycles as you get into barber school. Because what I want you guys to know about barber school is it's a business. Do not be mad that that owner is running a business and you're an employee and you didn't know it. You thought you were coming to school. No, you're an employee. We charge $10 a haircut. Get out there and cut hair. No, you're not getting paid. Your payment is this license. Your payment is these hours. Your payment is the tips if these people tip. Don't be mad at that. That's their business. You only here for the skill that you can get. That's payment. That's true. The license that you can get. That's payment. That's true. Then you get out and you don't worry about these $10 haircuts, $15 haircuts, because you're going to be making 20, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind when you go in there, because you're going to see a lot of people with a negative mindset about barber school because the school's making so much money. Oh, man, we paying for this, we paying for that, and we ain't even got this, ain't got that. Bro, get out of there. Get your license and get out of there and go get whatever you want to get. That was my mindset the whole way through school, and it worked out. But the other people, they either quit or they became professional students until the school kicked them out because they didn't have the drive, and they stuck around there 3 years, 2 years. Oh, he was almost done. Really, he been done had his hours a year and a half, 2 years ago. He's scared to go take the written test. Why is he scared to go take the written test? Because he didn't do the homework. You guys, barber school is school. Nobody told me that going in. I felt like I was in biology. The test is a state test. It's a state exam. Do the work. Read the book. It's going to help you. I'll say a word. What is it? Porosity. Have any of you guys heard that word? Does anybody know what that word means? $1 to the nah, never mind. Because I know Johnny done been to school, so he gonna know what I'm talking about. But how porous your hair is. How well does hair absorb or not absorb liquids or products? Elasticity. How stretchy is this hair? All of these different things we learned about. Nails. Here in Texas, you gotta, when you go do your state board exam, first of all, I don't know the hours, so for us, at 1,000 hours, that's when you can go do your written exam. Then you gotta go to school for 500 more hours, then you go do your practical exam. So what they're doing now is they've incorporated, it was in our books, nails. They gotta go do for the practical, they gotta go do nails. We had to do like a roller, a perm, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what you're expecting. So don't go in there with the mindset that everything is ball phase, taper phase. No, you're gonna have to learn how to do a perm roller set. You're probably gonna have to learn how to do a manicure. You're gonna learn about facials. You're gonna learn about what's the benefit of a facial. As I'm doing this, I'm stimulating blood flow. There's different techniques for doing facials. There's this one is called the sepulchre or something like. There's all kind of stuff that you have to learn because it's gonna be on the test, and you're gonna be like, oh dang, I was just out there on the floor. I always skip class. Then you're not gonna pass. So learn everything you can. Go in there with the mindset that I'm back in school, because you are back in school. You're not in the barbershop yet. You are back in school so that you can go to the barbershop. You are not in school. I mean, then I try to say it and add to the point, but you're not in the shop. You are in school to learn. There's so many different things. There's, Johnny, how many strokes to the razor? I think it's like 13, 14 razor strokes on how to do a shave. But if I gave you a razor and I gave you some shave gel, you're going to shave a person like you seen the guy do on YouTube. You're going to go in there, you're just going to put it on them, and you're just going to start going just like this. And if you go in there at that practical, you're going to fail. Because there is a stroke for keeping with the pattern. So like this hair, if I rub my face right here, I can feel that this hair grows this way. So if I cut it this way, that's against the grain. That's a close shave. But on the book, they're going to show you like, you got to start here. You do this. Then you go here. You do this. That's a stroke. This is a stroke. This is a stroke. This is a, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things that you got to learn that you're not expecting to go into that building and learn. But I'm telling you now, I'm warning you now, it is school and you have to pass that so you can go. There's weekly exams in your classroom. There's book work. A lot of that stuff that you guys see me put on the dead stock shock drops, that kind of information, that's the kind of stuff that's in the book. You guys see, are you guys familiar with the with Murano M1 innovations and the guys that are using that little machine to, or like S&P, where you guys are seeing people going and do the micro scalp pigmentation, or they're tattooing the scalp? Bro, that was in my barber book 10 years ago. And then you get on social media and you see Jesse Lima or somebody doing it. He was like, man, they cold. How they come up with that? Bro, it was in the barber book. These guys are not making up nothing new. We seeing an influx in units, hair units. Oh, we call them man weaves. Bro, that was in the book. It just got popular for black dudes to do it that ain't got no hair on top, but he still want to have waves or he wants dreads. All of that stuff is in the barber book and you're going to read about it. So prepare yourself to read. If you're in school right now and you're not the best of students, you know what I'm saying? Prepare yourself because you're going to have to be a better student if you want to be a barber. If studying was never your thing, which studying was never my thing, I turned it up in barber school because I wanted to be a barber. So you're going to have to put in the work, guys. You got to put in the work. All right, so Big Ross said, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted a quick look at my cuts, but it's cool. All right, y'all said it's okay, it's okay. Thank y'all for the pass. Word, I went to school for 9 months, plus work a job. Yeah, man, I went to school and I worked at UPS overnight. I was tired going to school. I worked the night shift, part-time soup. I'd be in there 4 to 5 hours in the evening, starting from, I think we started at like, what time did night sort start? 10 o'clock or something like that. And as a supervisor, you got to do paperwork and you making sure everybody else out the building and all that stupid stuff. When I cut my pop's hair, hold on, let me click on it and make it bigger. When I cut my pop's hair in the living room, I get lost with the guidelines. I don't know if it's a skill issue or a lighting issue because I cut in the living room and the lighting is terrible. It's a system issue. If you got a system, then you shouldn't get lost. Go back and watch some of my videos. I explain that a lot. I try to show you guys like not too many different systems because I want you to have a system because most of us don't have one when we're starting off. So if I can get you a system, then we can go more advanced and start tweaking things and skipping guards and all of these different things eventually. Hey, what shots is fire? What shots did I fire? I don't know what I said, bro. I don't know what I said. I'll just be talking. You're not sponsored by any clipper companies yet. I am not sponsored by anybody. I'm just a Christian, man. Like, I'm sponsored by Jesus Christ. When you look at the package, it says the blood of Jesus. Now, I had a few companies reach out. Like, I get emails and stuff, but I don't necessarily. So this is what I'll explain to you guys. So if you really want to know how things work, and I will say this, that a lot of YouTube barbers don't know this information. I actually shared it with Gib Beam and his mind was blown away. So I'll share it with you guys. So you look at all these guys, these different influencers and these different YouTubers, and they're getting these clippers and all these different things, and they're like, oh, I'm sponsored by these people. Oh, thank you, Babyliss, for sending me this package and all that stuff, right? How much money did it cost Babyliss to send that out? Not much. It's their product, right? So whatever the wholesale price of that, that's what it cost them to send that out. Now, how much did they make off of you for displaying their products for free? You got a free pair of clippers or trimmers, and you turn around because they know what you're going to do. Oh, these are the new FX3s from Babyliss. Thank you for sending this over. And for free, or the price of whatever this wholesale price of these clippers was, you went ahead and advertised. Now, what big time YouTubers do outside of the whole barber industry. So you look at photographers, videographers, and all these different people. Most of the time, they're not doing anything for free, especially if YouTube is their full-time job. So there is a system by which you can say, okay, I have this many subscribers, I have this much engagement with my channel. So these people are leaving comments, they're liking, they're sharing, and all these different things. And I got, basically my analytics show that people are really involved in my channel, and I have a bigger channel. You guys ever heard of Kelly Blue Book? Kelly Blue Book is a thing by which you can say, okay, I got a 2019 Nissan Maxima in a very good condition. So Kelly Blue Book is going to tell you the value of your car. Now, there's an app called Social Blue Book that will give you the value of your social media sites. So your Instagram or your YouTube channel. And so there is a value for which, if you want me to shout you out, there's a price for that. If you want me to do a dedicated video on your product, there's a price for that. And you are to pay me that, because you don't see not one commercial on TV that was on there for free. Whenever you guys see people advertising to you these different products, these are commercials. Now, the downside for that individual is the fact that they don't realize this was a commercial. This was me advertising for free. When companies set aside millions of dollars for advertising, I got none of it, because I was so happy. Oh, these clippers ain't released yet. They're not gonna be out for 2-3 months. Ooh, I got them. Bro, pay me, because you're advertising on my channel. This is TV. Y'all are watching TV. It's not no different. So what I want these YouTube barbers to do, because what you guys are going to eventually do is get a YouTube channel, and you like, this is what we do. They send us products and we talk about it. Man, I'm the only person in my shop with these. No. I'm going to go onto Social Blue Book and see how much would it be for a dedicated video where you sent me this product, and then I made a video about that product where I cut the hair and talked about, oh man, these got this much power, this does this, this does that. And I showed Get Beam, and I'm not going to put his information out there, like how much he normally makes, but I will say this. He left about $33,000 on the table for a video, for a dedicated video. 33 to, because it gives you a range, 33 to about, it was like maybe $50,000 for a video that he didn't get paid. But let's just say you got those trimmers for free. Now, I got 450,000 subscribers. Let's just say 100,000 of them go and buy these trimmers at $200 a piece. Who just came up? Yes, some people watch my video, but who really just came up? Not me. The company did. So I'm not working with any company that's not willing to pay me for using my space. This is a space that I designed. This is my channel. This is my TV show. So if you want to send me something, cool. Thank you. But you guys might not ever even see it. Now, just for the purpose of content, I've always been the guy to buy new stuff. But when it comes to somebody sending me something, if you're going to send me something and you want me to advertise it on my channel, you want me to do it on my channel, then you have to pay. And that's probably why the big companies probably won't end up messing with me. Now, I've had some little side companies like, oh, we got a new clipper out. We want you to try it. This is the company. Some company, and I got an email probably like a few weeks ago, and it seemed pretty legit. They were looking to collab. They were like a hair product company out of the UK, but they were just looking to collab, which I really wouldn't mind doing it. But yeah, that's just some behind the scenes stuff so you guys can think about as companies start to reach out to you. Remember, that company has a advertising budget. And if they can get you to do it for free, if you will agree to do it for free, we didn't lose nothing. We can use that money as bonus. Because they were too ignorant when it came to this title or this topic to know what they really left on the table. It's not our fault they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, people make money based on someone else's ignorance. You guys are going to be making money cutting hair Hopefully you hit the 50, 60, 70s, $100,000 price range based on someone's ignorance or their laziness. That's what it comes down to. We're either solving a problem, people are ignorant, or they're lazy, and then you make money. Any industry, that's it. Unless it's just or entertainment, you know. So that's just a little bit of something. A little bit of something for you. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Ross. What tips do you have for providing the best customer service? Oh, I like this question. I like this question. Because the way I talk to you guys, I talk to my customers. So I'm always picking up like, man, I was fired. What he just said. I'll go to my notes and like, man, I need to save this because that's an interesting thing. I never know when I might have to tell somebody else that. So I had a conversation with my customer today, and it's something that he picked up from his job when he was going through training. And so you heard of the golden rule, right? The golden rule is to treat people the way you would like to be treated. Actually, it's a scripture in the Bible. Jesus Christ says to love your neighbor as yourself. So what does that mean? If I'm loving my neighbor as myself, I love myself. I want the best for myself. If I'm down bad, I want somebody to see me struggling and be like, oh, here you go, man. I don't want nobody to see me and give me $1. Bless me, bro. Like, help me back. Help me back, man. Let me get back. That's loving your neighbor as yourself. But it starts with self-love, right? So that's another topic. You have to love yourself. But the golden rule says treat people the way that you want to be treated. But he said, his job said, we go by the platinum rule. And that's to treat others the way that they want to be treated. And he said that, I was like, oh, that's fire. If I treat my customers the way they want to be treated, then how can I go wrong? Now, you do got some over-the-top customers, and I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying? The customer that said, hey, man, I liked my haircut last time. And this is, Jason was in here earlier. A customer did this to him. So I like my haircut, but the taper was just a little bit off. This is like my rough side. So when you start cutting and you go to do the fade, just start cutting on this side first. Bro, you're not going to tell me where to start your haircut at. You can tell me what haircut you want, but you're not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's too much. So I'm not for over-the-top customers, but if you're a reasonable person, you can definitely go in and treat people the way, or if that customer is reasonable, I will always give a reasonable customer exactly what they want because it's not unreasonable. To me, this is what they desire. So if they want you there on time, if they want you to give it your all, if they, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if they want discounts, that's not the same thing. We're not talking about that. But we're talking about what is reasonable within the service that you provide. Let me make sure that I'm providing that person that service. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you, hey man, I don't never want you to fade in my beard, or I hate bald tapers, and you just always want to give me a bald taper. Like, that's not the service that I desire. So let's treat people the way that they want to be treated. And I think that's the best way you can give some of the best customer service. Hey, Johnny said the struggle was real, man. My boy Johnny came a long way, y'all. He came a long way. What are we calling your followers? Like a nickname? I don't see, bro. I'm AAC. You give me some names. Y'all give me some names. What y'all want to be called? Dead stalkers. See, that don't sound right. Like, y'all not stalkers. I'm gonna put this up here because I think that's funny. That is so funny. How come y'all just can't be subscribers? Like everybody, like I don't have a barber name, bro. I believe that God made us all who we're supposed to be, and I don't want to have to hide behind a name. Like, I don't want a nickname. I don't have like, I got family nicknames or nicknames from being a kid, but when people ask me what's my name, I'll be like Christopher Manyweather. And they be wanting to call me Chris, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't trip if they call me Chris, but when I'm meeting new people, I give them my full name. Like, hey, this is me. And who you see now is who I'm going to be. If you guys ever get a chance to meet me, I'm the same guy, like everywhere. And so I think that's important of being you. I don't need a nickname. You guys don't need a nickname. But if y'all want a nickname for the channel, let me know. I want to see what it is because I think it'll be funny. I'm not in the shop as much as I want to be. I'm currently working another job. Any advice on quitting the job I'm at and going full time? I make decent money currently, but I want to be in the shop. So with that, it depends on your financial situation. So you may be making good money, but are both of those things together what's keeping you afloat? If you need both of those gigs, then you need both of those gigs. I was able to quit my job at Nike to go in the shop full time because I had a wife that was working, and she was prepared mentally to help me take on this load because, like I said, the shop was slow. And then after a while, I ended up the struggle. As Johnny just said, the struggle was real. One of the I started doing like the Dallas Morning News with one of the customers at the shop, throwing Dallas Morning newspapers. And then he was like, bro, this is what I do. I go and give plasma. So I'm going with him and giving plasma. I'm laid up in this thing with a freaking needle in my arm, looking at my blood going to this machine. And then it's spinning real quick and it's sending the blood back in my arm. And I'm looking at the guy next to me and I'm like, bro, I know he's a crackhead. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. Hey, baby boy. You want to say hi to the people?
Hello.
This is my youngest son, Caden. All right. Daddy working. All right. What you doing? You going to bed? Or what you doing? You just saying hi? Okay. I'm going to get off soon. And we'll come do something. All right. Shut the door.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, so I'm laying up. I'm like, bro, I know these people are on drugs. Like, it's no way these people are not on drugs. And I don't belong here. Like, that was the craziest thing. But it was a matter of doing what I felt like I had to do. But then I stopped doing that because, like I said, it was just like, you go in there, you have to fill out on the computer, like, have you done any drugs here in the last week or something like that? And I'm like, bro, that dude just did some drugs today. How is he giving him some blood? But, like, if you can afford to walk away from the other job, go to the shop, and still be in a growing period and have the money that you need, then I say go for it. But if not, then you might have to transition out or set a plan to where I'm saving this much. Or I just don't know your situation. So you could be at home. I don't even know how old you are. I don't know who you are. So you could still be living at home, and it's very affordable. Nobody's charging you rent. Quit your job and go to barber school. I just don't know. So it's always a personal thing for you guys, you know. Big Ross says, fact, I was the only one in barber school moving around the chair. Yeah, man, people, oh my God, am I that far back? Jay Clip says, yes, I walked around the chair. So you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Shay says, word. Laura says, Luda says, I'm out. Ronald says, so true about barber school being a business. Students just a number. Yeah, it's just a number. They don't really care about you like that. But I put in the initiative. And I actually sat with the owner pretty often whenever he was in, and we'd have great conversations. And now he's somebody that I can call and have a conversation about business or about business plans that I'm going to be making here soon. And he has some advice for me. He's like, man, you always were on top of it. And I'm not going to even lie. Like, he actually threw me some extra hours on there, and he was like, you serious and you about your business. And I'm not gonna, nah, never mind, don't worry about that. I said too much. I'm snitching on. But y'all know where I went anyway. Yeah, Chris, do your thing. Yeah, thank you, Aunt. Thank you, bro. I feel like this kind of stuff is really helping people. Yeah, look, Johnny was one of those guys that actually, he was very book smart as well. He knew about that, like all the barber. So Johnny had the business skills. He had the barber book in his mind, but he was still working to develop the skill. And then the skill came. But he's laughing because I said all of that stuff is in the barbering books. Everything. He said it's been in the book since 93. So I think that's pretty funny. Nook. I've never seen this name before. So welcome. Welcome, Nook. If you guys haven't liked this video yet, like it. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Christopher Manyweather. This is Dead Stock Barbershop. I help barbers take their business to the next level. If you with content like this, so if you like it, subscribe to the channel for more. That's how I do my little brief thing. It changes every time now that I've been saying it to y'all. I've been saying it so much. Yo, bro, I be cutting hair. Say, man, we gonna have to get this Texan thing together, man. Yo, bro, I've been cutting hair. I'm starting to doubt my skills sometimes. Uh, do you new barber? I'm sorry, Nunu or Nook Nook, but what I will say is this, and I addressed it earlier. There comes a time where you begin to doubt your skills. Push through it because it passes. That time, that phase passes. It's a passing thing. Be confident in the fact that you're gonna get better over time. So if I don't like where I'm at right now, then what am I gonna do about it? Let me do something about it, and after a while, I'll be able to look back and see that was a while ago. And then in 5 months when it comes again, well, I already know how I got over it last time. I just immerse myself in more information. I watch more YouTube videos. I practice more. I stayed in the shop longer. I took an extra walk in when I was really ready to go, but I knew that last head would have been more practice. Normally, I would have just left. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff plays a part in developing that skill and letting you get more and more reps in because it's built over time. Does anyone in here have the research? What is that? Is that clippers? Nelson, is that a pair of clippers or something? Does anybody in here have that research? That sounds like a Call of Duty map. Anybody in here play Rebirth? Let's see. Yeah, that's cool, Chris. Thank you, sir. Also, does anyone in here have the Babyliss backpack? If so, thoughts. Does anybody have the backpack from Babyliss? Anybody? Do we want to talk about products? Y'all want to talk about products? Emma Oliver. Look at this, guys. Who are these people putting this on my page? It's always a different name. Who are these people and what do they want me to look at? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, Emma. Come back. I hope I can help you fade. How often, let's see. How often do you change clipper trimmer blades? When do you know it's time to change them out? I have been told that I'm the luckiest person in the barber industry. It seems like the more I use my trimmers, the better they get. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I can say that to you, for you, but when it comes to my trimmers, I don't sharpen. I don't do anything to them other than cut hair a lot. And they work. Like the red trimmers that you guys see me with, the red Babyliss, that blade is actually from my old gold Babyliss. But the blade was good, so I've just always used it since 2019 when I got them. And I haven't had to change the blade out at all. So I guess if something got dull, I would change the blade, or if it chipped. But other than that, I don't change it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not help in that. Like, because like I said, guys in the shop would just be looking at me like, bro, if you ain't had them trimmers, bro, you wouldn't be nothing. Just talking down to me. Them old school, like I was one of the youngest in the shop. Like, bro, if you had them edges, man, you be trash, man. Just talking crazy to me. I ain't even do nothing to nobody. Everyone should have that option. Oh, hold on, my bad. Hold on, let me go back up. Let's see. I can't wait to be able to use my barber chair in a mirror. Yeah, bro. Like, and that is going to be game changing, bro. Just the fact, because what we call the mirror, I don't know if you've seen it in videos or not, but it's your third eye. So what it is it gives you a different perspective from a little bit further away. So a lot of us, let's say I'm cutting hair, and so this is the head, right? And I'm cutting this person's hair. You be in here like this. You looking, but you don't know that if I just get back a little bit, I can see better. And if I actually look in my mirror that's behind me, oh, okay, no, I definitely can see. Sometimes I'll do this. Yeah, I did it today. I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, oh, it's something right here that I couldn't see when I was just looking right here. So that mirror is going to give you a whole nother perspective. It's that same perspective that I said that you have when you're looking at somebody else's cut, when you're the chair next to yours. So now you got some distance from that customer. You can see something that barber that's up this close. That was me. I was cutting like that. And then you wonder why your neck hurt, back hurt at the end of the day. Bro, stand up straight, look at this haircut, and cut it. You ain't got to be all close. It's going to be helpful if you from further back. Most of you guys that seen the guy in here, Freddie Villarreal, that was in here earlier, that dude cut hair like this. Here's the head. Here's his clipper hand. He's so far back, but he has some of the blurriest fades y'all would ever see. And he cuts so far back from the customer. But if you can cut like that, then you won't need a mirror as often. So especially if you become like a platform artist, or if you get into barber battles and things like that, it's going to help you to know these little tips and tricks to back up off your customer. And then you can go back in and you can see it, because I don't have a mirror to look back and get a further back perspective or point of view. I can just back up and look. Oh, okay, I can see that. Bam. All right. AAC says, what you're saying about advertising sounds right, but you're going to promote these companies anyways when someone asks you what's your favorite clipper or trimmer. Yeah. So it's different when it's my choice. Like, think about it like, let's say a basketball player. A basketball player is always going to wear basketball shoes. Now, if you want to make me wear your basketball shoes, then I need you to pay me. I'm always going to drive a car, but if you want me to drive your car, now we're talking business. You want me to use your clippers because you want me to talk to your people, to my people on your behalf. Now we're talking business. So these are my people that I talk to, but you want me to show them what you got going on? Then we talking business. Now these are my people. I want to show them what I got going on that I got from you. That's on me. That was my idea. But when it's your idea, then you got to pay for it. So that's how I see it, AAC. Donnie, my guy, what's going on? 503 in the building. 503-972 or the 971. I'm in Dallas and I can't never remember. I think Dallas is 214-972. Portland is 503-971 and like 541 or something like that. How much longer are we going to be live? Not much longer, man. My family has been waiting. We've been live now for 2.5 hours. I said I was going to do an hour and a half. I gave you guys a full extra hour. I've heard of customers bringing their own clipper. I'm not using nobody else's clippers, bro. I like my tools. My tools are set for me, but I have seen that happen in the shop. I had somebody ask me if he's I had a customer who had moved out here from Chicago. His dad is a barber back home in Chicago. So his dad was in town. He said, hey, man, can my dad use your clippers to cut my hair? Bro, what? Am I going to call an Uber and ask them if I can borrow their car so I can go somewhere? Am I going to call a taxi and be like, hey, man, hold on. Can you step out real quick? Let me hop in your whip. I got to go over here. Like, people are crazy. Oh, man. See, Alan? You crazy, man. Dead stalkers. No. Oh, man. Well, let's call it the locker room. This is the locker room. Let's see. All right. Donnie Tsunami says, I go by the last name Sue, and it's nowhere near my real last name. My real last name is impossible to read and pronounce. Hey, Donnie, go ahead and give me your last name, and we're gonna see how impossible it is. I need to see your last name right up here, and we're gonna see how impossible it is. Guys, we're about to get off here. We're approaching 2 hours and 34 minutes. I'm gonna go through the rest of these comments, and then we're gonna go. Nelson says, what up, Caden? I'll tell Caden Nelson said, what up? How many kids do I have? I have 3. My oldest is 14. Oh my God, I can't believe it. 14. My daughter, she'll be 13 on our anniversary next Friday. And the youngest, Caden, he's 8. What I said about moving the chair around is move the chair. You stand on the mat. Do not walk around the mat. You stand on the mat. You move your chair around. So you're working the chair so that way your legs ain't tired at the end of the day. You stand in one spot and cut hair. Move the chair around you. That's what I said. King says, I walked around the chair in the beginning. King are you Jeezy? Did you change your name? I remember that picture. I felt like that was Jeezy's picture. Jeezy Blends. Y'all can't be switching your names and changing your pictures because I'm very like, I got this little whole photographic. My son said photographic memory is not a. I got a baby genius over here. He be trying to get me with these facts. I don't know if it's a fact or not, but he said there's no such thing as photographic memory. But to me, like I do a good job of associating names and pictures and faces. But when y'all switch up on me, I'm like, okay, this picture looks like him. The Walking Dead, hex no. You're done. Your days of guessing are no. We're not naming the the resurgence of new foil and its. We don't need another foil shaver, bro. I'm gonna tell you guys, especially since a lot of y'all are not even in the shop making good money yet. Like, bro, go get that Circer foil shaver off of Amazon. It's like $25. It works great. It works great. It works the same as the Babyliss Gold Double Pro Shaver foil shaver. It works just as good as that, I promise you. And it comes with a whole replacement head on it. Any other company is selling you those heads. When you get the Bronze Series 9s, I got Bronze Series 9s as well. It's like $45 for a replacement head on there. The Circers are $25 and it come with an additional one and a carrying case and a brush. Bro, y'all stop playing with these Chinese companies, man. They really got stuff that y'all could be using, but everything is dangled in your face, so it make you want the name brand. The name brand is not always the best thing for you. Yeah, the mirror doesn't lie. Tsunami says, I catch myself from time to time just let me click on it. I catch myself from time to time just being face deep in someone's hair. Yeah, man, and it's gonna show in your haircuts and in the aches that you feel later on in your life. He says, even today, you gotta back up. Give yourself some distance. That's what the mirror does. Give yourself distance. Your haircut will be much better, bro. A friend of mine gave me a tip the other day about looking away from someone and blinking 10, 20 times, then looking back at the haircut. So what you're doing with that looking away, looking back, and blinking, you're letting your eyes readjust. It's the same thing that people have to do that work on computers all day because they're this close to the computer and all day they're looking at this. You shouldn't be that close to your customer. You don't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be that close to them. We're not working on computers. You can see lines and all that stuff from a distance. So back up, relax. You shouldn't be looking away, blinking 10 to 20 times. You don't have to do that unless you're too close. And you're definitely too close. Goats in training. We'll call y'all Git. What up, Git? No, AAC. You done guessing, bro. Stop playing, man. Goats in training. Hey, my young goats in training, all my children. No, bro. All right, let's see. I got to put it up here so y'all can see what this dude's talking about. This is what he want to call y'all. When I come to Dead Stock Barber Shop on YouTube and y'all in here, he want me to call y'all Gits. Goats in training. Y'all Gits. No. He says it's not pronounced like the Vietnam. So I think in Vietnamese it's like win. So now you got to break it down in syllables to let me see what it is. Is it Ngayum? If you don't pronounce it like the other folks. What you laughing at, Shay? That boy over here laughing at stuff. He said I'm buying all knockoffs from now on. Bro, if you're not making the money, I did that video where I bought all that stuff from Amazon. Go back and watch it. I did a fade with one of those clippers to show you guys how blurry it came out. Remember, those big name brands, they're usually just big in America like that. Like a lot of this stuff that we use, you can't get in Puerto Rico. They're using the stuff that we get that you is saying is not name brand. They're using the Circers and all that. What's the other one? Circer, Kimmy. They're using that stuff and they putting out fire haircuts, but you don't want to use it because it's $35, and you want the senior version of it that's $200. Stop, man. In you, Nick. You know what I'm saying? In you. I'm talking you, and you, Nick. You know. Let me stop playing. Y'all don't know me like that. Let's see. Appreciate you doing this, bro. This some fly. I don't cuss either, man. So I'm not gonna read y'all cuss words. Why y'all be trying to make folks cuss? Just cause you cuss when you was thinking it, just say, man, thank you, sir. Thank you. Talk about barber hygiene. Tomorrow's topic, barber hygiene. Thank you, AAC. And we're gonna call it a night. Tomorrow's topic, barber hygiene. It'll be part of it. We'll do a quick topic on that, very short, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then I thought you'd find that kind of funny. Yeah, we'll do a short thing on barber hygiene tomorrow, and then we'll jump straight into cut critics. Because I got to get up, guys, and be to work at 8:30. It's already 11:46. So I wish I was on the West Coast. But that's all for tonight. Thank you guys for coming through. Hey, we got 49 likes tonight. Who didn't like this? Somebody give me my 50th right now, and we can get out of here. Somebody give me the 50th one. I want to see, whoever that 17th person is that just came in here, give us the 50th like, and we're going to go home and think about everything that we heard. Let's see. Can we get 50? If not, oh well. It's just numbers. I like the fact that you guys are here. The numbers don't matter. I don't care if it was going to be 80 you guys tonight. That would have been good with me. We would have been talking about the same stuff. So I want to see y'all tomorrow night with the same energy. Donnie Tsunami says Sean Cut's hair series on Wish Tools is really good. Yes, very good. He's got a whole series that did very well on YouTube about wish clippers. And he's not lying. Like, that stuff works. Now, I can't speak on the longevity. I don't know how long that stuff will last. But I know it works. And you don't have to have $200 clippers to get a $20 haircut. So, Barber love, respect. My guy, Ronald, have a great night. J-Bone, yeah, let's go. I owe you $1. Here we go. J-Bone came through with the 50th. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just a number. But I like to see that 50 likes. That's pretty good, you know. Does that mean we at least had 50 people in here? Hey, we just talking. We just talking barber talk. So thank you all my gets, my dead stalkers. What's another name, AAC? We got to come up with a better name for y'all, man. I don't want to call y'all nothing crazy like that, man. But, man, y'all have a great night. This is 2 hours and 42 minutes long. I may go back over this video and take out some parts that were really good and repost it for you guys. But that will be the format. I'm going to do more of these live videos because this is where a lot of my content will come from. Everybody's doing tutorials. I'm not going to stop doing tutorials, but eventually there's going to be a time where you guys are going to get an opportunity to do much. You're going to see a lot more lives going, and whatever we're talking about, we're going to chop these up and put them out. I may even do a couple videos a day plus a tutorial or something like that. So it's all practice. It's all love. Thank you guys. Have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. For those of you who are working tomorrow, Mini Weather Warriors. Come on, man. Come on, man. No. Yeah, you guys are working tomorrow, man. Enjoy it. If not, hang out, drink some lemonade or something for me. I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Once again, Monday the 20th, we're going to have a barber that's been in the game for 40 years that's going to come through and chop it up with us and tell us about how to make that transition from behind the chair to where we're still attached to the industry, but with multiple ways of making money even outside of ownership. So I got that person coming through. I think it'll be something good for you guys tomorrow. Barber hygiene and lots of cut critics. Not so much talking, but a lot of cut critics. So thank you guys for coming in. J-Bone, I'm sorry if you missed it. We talked a lot. We had a good time. But the party's tomorrow night too. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love y'all. Peace.